Hey, welcome, everybody, to a special pre-Thanksgiving Tattle Tells session. Gobble bobble, MFs. Listen, what is going on, y'all? Pursuit of Porsha is out, and all I can say is, y'all, you guys. Let's get right into this. Dennis has called out Porsha on national television, and if you guys want the receipts, Bravo's giving us the receipts. But I also I'm going to roll everything back, show you exclusives, match it up the facts we know, and tie it all up in a little bow with the Simon Expose Part 3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go hit my channel up and watch it. Because again, the real gag is, for anybody guys that have been following us, the real gag is, right? The real gag is she did all this and was gloating and out talking. And she thought she was securing the bag and robbing the bank. And she ended up with an old Crown Royal bag with a couple of pennies. When you guys watch The Pursuit of Porsha, and I will be reviewing it, I'm sorry, not that, Porsha Family Values. I'll be reviewing the show, and I'm also into a book club where I'm reviewing The Pursuit of Porsha, right? You have to look at it through past Porsha and current reality. Past Portia thought she got the Nigerian Bill Gates. She thought she secured the Nigerian Jeff Bezos. She literally thought that Fallon Penna was idiot and was spoiled and was whatever. And she ain't know. And she's like, well, he don't want him. I'll take him. Who don't want a billionaire? She thought her biggest thing, we're going to get into what then this Porsha, exposing Porsha, right? But you need to look at it through the lens of where she was at, and we're going to talk about it, as to reality, where this man doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any legitimate businesses. Nobody respects him. He doesn't have anything. And now she's sitting here kind of like stuck. But we're going to get into that. In the meantime, let's talk about how Dennis exposed her, right? Hey, Candy, what's going on? Hey, Kiki. Hey, Miss Innabug. Is B in the chat? What's going on? Is B? Hey, Almighty Mac. What's going on? Almighty Mac, I got an address for you. I got to get back to you. Okay, so you guys, let's get into this mess. Also, you guys, there's 163 people in the chat. This is YouTube. Y'all know how it works. Listen, please hit the like button, but let's get into this work. Also, you guys, I got some exclusive tea for my members only live. If you guys don't know, it is $4.99 to join. It happens every other Friday, and I spilled tea. I spilled who Portia was fighting. Half the shit that's coming out in the show, I spilled this months before. You guys can listen to the old things. It's always a good kiki. It's a small group. We talk, we chat. We really hang out. If you're shy, it's a really welcoming group. But I spilled tea, verified tea, but also I like to get into together and spill the little gossipy tea too. But anyway, listen, let's get back into this. Hit the like button. It's YouTube. Y'all know how it goes, all right? Let's drop the audio first, and then we going to get into pictures. Then we going to get into tutorials, because I literally have, yes, it's pre-Thanksgiving, and while all the other women are cooking, I've had my handy dandy notebook, and I've been keeping busy. Sorry about that. All right, so here we go, right? Let's get into this audio. I'm going to mute it for one quick second because I don't want them hitting me with copyright. Y'all know how it goes, but let's get into this audio. And when this live is over, I will put the links. Actually, you know what? I'm going to drop the links in the live too. So y'all, hold on one second, right? All right. Hold on one second. I'm getting the audio. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, this was a mess, a mess, a mess. So here it starts, right? Hold on. Just, you guys, I'm going to put links to this when the live is done so y'all can watch it. But just go with me. I should have actually broken this down, but hold on. We just doing this kamikaze style. Y'all ready? All right. Here we go. And here, listen to the audio, all right? She just told me she was starting to date somebody like 2 weeks before that. That's Dennis and Lauren talking, by the way. I don't even know you. At that point, literally like 2 weeks. 2 weeks?
Yeah. How long were y'all talking before y'all were engaged? Right at a month. It ain't the money, is it?
Here we go.
I mean, she's her own money.
Dennis looks at her like, we all know that's not true.
We know. What's wrong with her just liking her? I'm not saying she with him for the money. I didn't say that. Could be the cash. Could be breaking her back. I don't know. She got me really scratching my head. She wouldn't be talking to me if I was broke. I guarantee that. I would never have a kid with her if I was broke. This ain't adding up. This is really not adding up, man. Like,
all right, y'all, that's just the start with it, but let's take it through, right? Listen, let's just take it through. Whew. Let me bring the comments in the chat, all right? We need to roll through this. Hey, what's up, Amari? What's up, everybody? We need to roll through this. You guys, what's up, darling? B, what's up, girl? I was just wondering if you were in the chat. What's up, B? Y'all, Dennis just exposed Porsha and basically said, listen, he said that Porsha wouldn't have had a baby by him if he ain't had money. He said that he thinks that Porsha is just with Simon for the bag. And he also exposed Porsha. If you guys have not seen my part 3 of the expose about how Porsha and Simon really been dating for a goddamn year, not this month thing, Porsha lied to Dennis and told Dennis that he had only been dating Porsha for Porsha lied to Dennis and said that she had only been dating Simon for 2 weeks. Porsha lied to the world and said that she had only been dating Simon for a month. If you watch my part 3 expose, and yes, the expose has receipts, Porsha has been dating Simon behind Fallon's back for a good long year. Now, I know that y'all like to come in and be like, but she's carrying Jalen's baby. And yeah, that's true. But Porsha and Simon been messing around for over a year, and they were meeting up at St. Regis. If you don't believe me, go watch my expose. It is in the thing. And I got some more tea on that. If you want to sign up for my exclusive members only live, you can watch the old ones and listen to all the old tea I spilled, because we knew this shit months ago, but we're also going to have a new one. But you guys, let's actually break this down. Let's put some glasses on. We all got shit to do. If you listen to this, you're either in the kitchen cooking or you being lazy on the couch like me while everybody else cooks, right? So if that's the case, let's get into this mess, shall we? We got our glasses. Oh, let's go, right? Listen, right? Now the clip opens for the pursuit of Porsha. I'm going to put both links in. Bravo just dropped it. Now, I think it was not the Peach Report Jaylee, but I think it was Jay's reality blog or Oh My God reality blog that said, the links are from All True Tea on Instagram, by the way. All True Tea on Instagram is where I saw the previews for that we're actually talking about, right? I'll put the links to Mo's page in the bio if you are watching playback, but that's where I got it, All True Tea. Oh My God reality TV did a thing of Porsha's Family Matters, and they said, y'all, Porsha, in any stretch of the word, does not come across as likable at all, and she's Team Dennis. Now, then Peach Report Daily jumped in and said, but it's really, really watchable. I told y'all in my members only live that it was a hot ghetto mess, and I told y'all it was a hot ghetto mess for a reason, right? And it is watchable because we are watching to the destruction of Miss Porsha Williams and her goody-goody image, which I'm not gloating in that, right? I'm really not. But my whole thing is we're watching the epitome of a cautionary tale. We're watching the epitome of gold digging gone wrong. We're watching the epitome of Aesop's fables or whatever that shit is that tells you those cautionary tales. Rule number 1, never get in between anybody's marriage. Why? And we're about to get into this. You guys, I got some tea. So just let me get on my soapbox, right? Why do they tell you that? Yeah, you don't going to go to hell. The devil. Yeah. But if you're selfish enough to disrupt someone's marriage, let's talk about things that you should care about. 1, you never know what's going on inside everybody's marriage. If you remember Tasha K's video when Jessica Harris, right, the girl she called Jessica Rabbit, was that side joint that Simon was messing with, she said that Simon used to always sit there and play himself like he was basically like a billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. I didn't know I didn't make so much. Side note, my BFF actually told me, because I'm always, doing that voice for Simon. And she finally said, damn, that was a real life reenactment. If you guys heard Simon's voice in that trailer, you'd know this is not too far from the truth, right? So anyway, he's like, She doesn't love me. I don't know. Would you like some more cocaine? You and your friends? She doesn't love me. I don't know. Listen, that girl, Jessica Harris, you can tell she's a bit young. You know, she's out doing her thing. She wasn't even taking Simon seriously. So she was like, yeah, whatever. Porsha also fell for that. Now, here's the thing, right? That I always said. This man is supposed to be worth as much as Beyonce was worth in 2018, right? This man is supposed to be worth $500 million, right? At the least, he said he was worth $40 million because he put all these fake things up all over the internet talking about his wealth. If you guys haven't seen my videos with Fallon, go ahead and watch them. Fallon confirmed this. All that shit you see about him on the internet, he paid to have that up, and none of it's true, right? When you have someone that's worth that much, Fallon's a gorgeous girl. She got a bunch of cars in her name, so she seems to be smart. She ain't let Simon put those cars in his name. Told Simon to put those cars in her name. So she knows how to keep a bag. And she's a Taurus, so you know Tauruses do not play about their money. The fact that you got this man telling you that he's loving and protective and a good father and just want to love and worth $500 million, and because Porsha's so competitive with women, instead of saying, what does Fallon know that I don't know? Hey, what's up, Latoya? Thank you. Instead of saying, what does Fallon know that I don't know? Because that's what I would ask. If you're such a good catch, how do you have $500 million? You're loyal, you're kind, you're loving, you're protective. You believe in like finding your true self. You believe in therapy, right? All this bullshit he's been telling her. I would be like, you seem damn near perfect, right? You know, you seem damn near perfect. You seem like a good man. So what's wrong with what's going on that your wife don't want you? What's going on that your wife is maybe, this is what he's saying. I'm not saying she was, but I would have been like, well, you're telling me your wife is a no good woman out in the streets. She don't look stupid. You give her good life. If everything you're saying is true, what is going on? Is she mentally ill? Because who would be out cheating on a billionaire that's not just the money? He's loving. He's supportive. He's kind. He just wants everybody to be their self. You're telling me you're a good person? Is this woman insane? She doesn't look insane. So I would have looked at the guy telling me this and been like, one, you're married and you're talking to me. So you're already a natural born liar. Because what are you doing talking to me being married? So I can't even trust anything you're saying, right? Two, the shit's not adding up. Why don't she want you if you're such a good thing? Maybe she is mentally ill. Maybe there is a 1 in a million thing, but she don't seem mentally ill. And we sneaking behind corners and doing the butt in the corner of the St. Regis while I'm posting thirst traps by the pool, fronting to all my friends at the St. Regis. It's what, watch part 3 of my expose if you do not believe it, right? We got receipts. So what's wrong with this woman? But why you got me sneaking like I'm your dirty secret? Why you got this? Why you got that, right? Now we know why Porsha was sneaking, because she was messing with Dennis she was messing with Dennis up until New Year's. Because if you all forget, they sent Christmas cards out to everybody when she was sitting in Dennis' laps and they were the happy family. So we see why Porsha's hiding. But I would have been looking at him, but what's wrong with you? Because how come she don't want you? Seriously. Somebody would have to be insane to not want a man that's loyal, loving, supportive, protective. We all know that's a lie, because he sat there and watched her get beat up by 9 women and didn't do shit. Now, the other expose will tell you, quiet as kept, the reason why he didn't do that is, forget about conspiracy theory. Word on the street, according to Sunday Omni, is he was deported for federal crimes, this and that, and he couldn't get. And if he, not violated probation, but once you've been in trouble with the law, especially if you're not a citizen, or even if you have naturalized citizenship, that shit can be removed and you can be sent back, right? So again, let's get back into this, right? He's kind, he's supportive, he's loving, he's protective. He wants you to be the best version of yourself. And guess what, baby? He got the money to make all your dreams come true. He got the money to support you being the best version of yourself. So why wouldn't she want it? See, this is the thing that inquiring minds want to know, right? Why wouldn't she want it? Porsha's a cautionary tale gold digging gone wrong. When she really thought like the Hamburglar, she took that dog into the bank, was doing this, and she found out it was filled with Monopoly money. She found out that she was robbing a bag and it was an old Crown Royal bag with rusty pennies. Shout out to whoever told me that Crown Royal jokes. It was one of my commenters. Girl, I owe you because I've been using that forever, right? That's what happened. Cautionary, that's why you don't get involved in people's marriages. Because one, whoever is the cheater is a goddamn liar and you can't believe anything you say. And second of all, Porsha was so busy thinking she was sneaking and stealing, she didn't bother to be like, yo, what's going on? And she didn't even bother to look and even be like, wait a second, why your bank? I don't even think he had to even show her bank statements. I think he just had to take her on that Fisher Price runner plane. He liked showing when he was first seducing her, right? Because you notice those private plane trips have gone less and less and less because that's the con, that's the come up. You got her the ring, right? Which I still haven't had a jeweler come out and verify it was them, which lets me know, where did you source a diamond that big without a big jeweler knowing it? To get a diamond that big, right? Hey, thank you so much, M. Slate Bay, right? To get a diamond that big, right? To get a diamond that big, it's like you can't walk into Every Kiss Begins with K, right? Or whatever, Hellsberg's Diamonds. You can't walk in and be like, I would like a diamond ring that big, because they'll be like, sir, we only have the 1 carats right here. We can maybe group them together. To get a diamond that big, it needs to be sourced from a certain place. Now, I'm not saying it's like the Hope Diamond and there's only one in the world, but what I am saying is to even be in a room that has access to that diamond, to even be a jeweler that has access to a diamond that big, you have to be on a certain level. It's like asking, how come Berlin and Coat Factory or Macy's don't got 2021 Balenciaga, right? Well, maybe the Macy's in New York does, but you get my point. It's like saying going to Burlington Coat Factory and being like, I would like the Balenciaga 2022 spring bag colors. Do you have them? And they're just like, we don't even know where to even contact the buyer to get Balenciaga in this bitch, let alone have it. I'm sorry, miss. Go please go to Harrods or go to some other thing, right? So Porsha was sitting there, right? Porsha was sitting there, and because she thought she was sneaking, she didn't bother to ask questions. And I'm sure I don't even think he showed her the bank receipts, but if he did, that shit was probably cut and paste. And you know Simon's an old head, so he probably don't even know about Adobe PDF, right? He probably don't even know about Adobe PDF and the way you can actually do it on the computer. His ass probably had on his CPA spectacles, some goddamn whiteout. He probably had some scissors, right? Remember how old heads used to forge documents, right? He probably had some scissors and whiteout and a pair of tweezers and was making a bank statement. And then with the FedEx Kinko's, or actually his office, if you didn't watch my interview with Fallon said that his office didn't have nothing but a desk and a printer. And the printer might have been sitting on the floor, right? And not one employee. So he probably then went to FedEx Kinko's because the printer in his office probably couldn't even make copies. It was just a printer that printed. And he went to FedEx Kinko's and he Xeroxed that shit, right? And then he probably had it sitting in like a little folder off the side and, being like, I just better come home for dinner. Hold on. I just have some business in my office. And then Porsha fall behind him like, oh, this is your office? Oh, this is where daddy makes all the money, right? And then he had that shit, sitting out there with the bank statements, almost like TV. And Porsha thought she was being slick and saw all those zeros and that Kinko's FedEx Xerox bank statement. And she got excited. And she got excited. She got this. She was probably in the bathroom. Lauren, he's worth 400 million. I saw it. It probably took her a second to realize it was 400 million because I don't know why, but I feel like if Porsha saw that many decimal points, it would take her a minute to internalize what that meant. She probably was like, Lauren, what did it mean when someone got 16? There's 16 numbers, and then I saw the decimal point, and then there was 2. What does that mean? And she's like, girl, that means 400 million. And Porsha was like, girl, he's worth some money. Yo, why do I think that's what happened? So I don't think he ever showed her any bank statements because Porsha, to me, here's the thing. Y'all think Porsha is a big dum-dum? Porsha is very cunning, She's very crafty. She's very manipulative emotionally, but she's a big dum dum when it comes to, but god damn, can you check the receipts? It's like you saw all this. He did a ring, right? He put a ring on your first of all, let's roll it back. How do you think a man that was having an affair with you for over a year was ever going to be good to you? I don't care. Don't even talk to me about Jeff Bezos and the way Jeff Bezos left his wife, right? And is now with his mistress, and his mistress has like $180 million home in California. Porsha is not that girl that has $180 million home. Tommy doesn't even have a home for her, right? But here's the thing. I bet you Jeff Bezos is still cheating on that mistress. But then again, we all know Porsha don't care if a man cheat on her as long as he can put some money in his pocket, which still cautionary tale because he can't put any money in her pocket. But we're about to get into this review, right? We're about to get into the review. Y'all, let me just, hold on really quick. Let's see. Listen. Woo! One second. Woo! So, getting into this, let me get right back on screen. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so, right? Y'all, make sure you join my recaps for Porsha. Porsha's Family Matters. They are going to be good. You guys, if you guys didn't notice, Candy Burris and her MF team, those bosses that make up the boss who is Candy, and Candy herself, right? Because she knows how to build a team, shouted me out. So you know my shit is official. Don't ask me how, but I be in those Atlanta streets. Tasha K shouted me out for my expose part 3 and said it was very well researched and very put together. And love her or hate her, you gotta know Tasha K, right? If she's giving you big ups on your work, you know that shit is legit. I'm also going to be doing a panel for the Real Housewives. For Porsha's Family Matters, you guys catch the recaps because it's going to be some good tea. And if you want exclusive gutter tea, if you want the stuff that I can't say on YouTube, but the stuff I know about Porsha and Lauren and Miss Diane and all the family dynamics and all the stuff that's going around the show that the Bravo doesn't want you to see, make sure you sign up for my exclusive members only live. There is a link right now in the bio. Y'all, it's only $4.99 to join. Y'all know that you're going to eat too much for Thanksgiving. And you're going to have to the next week be like, oh my God, I got to be on a diet. You know how I'm going to help you? You know how I'm going to help you? I'm going to help you help me. You don't need that. You don't need any more cake pots, and you don't need any more double mochaccino peppermint mocha lattes from Starbucks. Give that $5 to me. Listen to me. Listen, I have archives. These lives are long. If you're listening this far, you like the sound of my voice. You can listen to it while you're taking a stroll. You can listen to it while you ignoring your man. You can listen to it while you cleaning up after those kids. You can listen to it while your boss is getting on your goddamn nerves, and that bitch 3 cubicles over who's always trying to make you look bad to your boss is getting on your damn nerve. You can listen to it whenever you want. All right, now listen, right? Lily said she's about to cut herself a slice of potato pie right now. I know that's right. Lily's pies. I know that's right, right? Listen, hold on one second. All right, B, thank you. Hold on really quick. Hold on. Okay. So, where were we? Oh, that's right. Roasting Simon's ass. Hold on. Now, to get to business, y'all, right? To get to business. Now, Porsha ain't bother, right? Porsha, I like this because it makes me look smarter, right? Y'all think I look smarter like this, right? Because apparently y'all think I'm a big dum-dum head, right? So let's put some glasses on so y'all can recognize like any intelligence, all right? Here we go, right? Listen. So Porsha saw those receipts, right? Porsha sounds out, um, uh, found those receipts. And she was literally walking around Miss Diane's house talking about some pit it and they make it when they marry me. Pit it and they make it when they marry me. You know that if she was laying on Miss Diane's bedroom floor talking about every time she saw how much money Dennis had, her legs opened a little wider, you know for a fact that when she saw those fake FedEx Kiko receipts, she was just like, pit it and they make it when they marry me, right? And Simon was just probably sitting there with the con, right? Talking about oh, how did you see that? You didn't look at my bank receipts, did you? That's private. And Porsha was like, no, babe, I never do that, right? And before you know it, it was all a match made in heaven. Now, I want to say one thing, right? I want to say one thing. The triumph of audacity, that this man, where is he at? That this man right here, the triumph of audacity. Let me tell y'all something, right? It's time for a little PSA. Don't you ever let anybody in life tell you you can't be shit. Don't you ever. Because when they do, you look at them and be like, is Simon Nobadia and that face and that voice and that body? And then, you know what? Let me stop, right? Because it's not even about the physical. It's about what's the mental. He is not smart. He is not quick. He is not charismatic. I know what y'all saying. It's like, oh, this and that. Listen, we all know people that there's something about the charisma that when you're just like, yo, he looked good to me. She looked good to me. I don't know what y'all talking about, right? He has no charisma, no style, no fashion, no pizzazz. Where is it? I just saw, yo, can you help me find, hold on. Hey, can you help me find that clip of, oh wait, I know, it's on All True Tea, right? He has no style, no pizzazz. There was a clip I wanted to show y'all. Where is it? Where's clips, the first clips from Porsha Family Matters, the stills? When he was wearing that Gordon Gartrell jacket. I'm trying to get my bestie to pull it up. He has no style, no fashion, no anything, no cleverness, no wit, no whatever, right? And yet, the audacity that his ass waddled in, hello ladies, happy Halloween, literally got himself a trophy wife, someone he did not deserve, someone he did not respect, someone that like whatever. He literally got himself a trophy wife named Fallon Gabodia, right? Listen, I know what y'all saying. Tisa, how you so mad at Porsha for kissing up on Simon when Fallon used to get? Listen, when Fallon was kissing up on Simon, she damn sure should have been ashamed of herself, but she's repented. She's repented because she has a new man. He's young, he's hot, and they're in love. So she has repented, all right? But let's talk about this, right? The audacity, right? The audacity that he rolled up and really, for whatever reason, had his trophy wife and had the audacity of triumph of audacity to trade her in because he saw that Porsha was down with the shits. So he already, you know, they say never get ugly men to play. He already had more than he ever deserved. And he traded that in because he was like, you used her and pushed her to get on that Housewives show. And then when you saw the bigger star was going to be down with the shits and giggles, you traded her in and then stood in our faces and talked about the triumph of the black man, father's adversity, or whatever the fuck else he was trying to talk about. Standing there looking like a turkey himself, giving out free turkeys for Hosea Williams. Meanwhile, his kids, check my video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, his kids, you don't even want to pay for mental health retreats to your kids in Mexico, but you got your side John turned mistress turned co-worker's wife's friend turned now current fiance. We'll see if that wedding ever happens. And you got the nerve, y'all. Don't ever let anybody in this life tell you you can't be shit. If Simon Gabodia got this far with what he has, please, listen. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't be shit. Because if he can, you can too. I don't care what it is. I don't care. I don't even care if you haven't graduated third grade. Shoot to be president of the United States. Because if he could get this, yo, you better start believing in yourself. The triumph of audacity. And that's what that man has. Audacity, the gumption, the gall, right? The sheer unmitigated gall. But let's get into this, right? Let's get into the house that Sin built. And anybody's in here being like, oh, leave her alone. Blah. Let me tell you something, you big dummies. This is promo. This is promo for Porsha's shit, right? This is promo for Porsha's shit. I'm helping her get views. And you know what? You welcome. You don't even got to thank me. You welcome. You welcome. Seriously. Oh. So let me tell y'all something. And in the promos, Simon, I wish I could pull up the picture. I actually could. Maybe I should shut up and actually start pulling up pictures, right? Simon was literally, it's on All True Tea, right? Shout out to Mo and her Instagram page, right? Go on and follow it. But Simon, literally, the promos they've been showing for Porsha's family values, you know, again, this man isn't even stylish. He literally, there's stills of him in a Gordon Gartrell denim jacket while Porsha got on a matching fringe two-piece. Yes, we know y'all are decked down in head to toe Versace. Porsha, okay, fine. Porsha always looks cute. Porsha's a gorgeous girl, beautiful face, beautiful body. We can't listen. Y'all can say what y'all want about Porsha. Porsha's beautiful. Porsha's a gorgeous body. Porsha is super, super charming, right? Now that muggle that she is with, right? Hey, Rim, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now that muggle she is with, right? In his Gordon Gartrell denim jacket and talking about it's Versace, it's Vernace. Take that shit off. Take it off. But I guess it was a come up from the two-piece Hanes her way, right? I guess it was a come up from the two-piece Hanes her way stuff, right? Now, let's get into this, right? Because that's what y'all came for. Right now, this is what you came for. Right now. And okay, anyway, listen, let's get into this. Let's talk about this preview because we're gonna break down exactly how Dennis exposed Porsha. I played the audio, but let's actually go through that preview because you know what? My sources told me, because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I've been led to believe that Porsha was Bravo's baby, right? And they literally told me, Bravo don't give a damn about Porsha. It's the same thing it was with Dorinda, with Kim Richards, everything. They will use you to make a fool of you until it's on. Bravo was actually really, really, really upset about Porsha's family values because if you guys didn't know, it was supposed to be focused on Black Lives Matter. That blew up, and then that shit was thing. Everybody was already slated to be in it. Simon was the interloper. Simon was the person that was added the next minute. Dennis had already signed up because they thought it was going to be about activism, and they moved, right? Now, here we go, right? The scene opens with Porsha gloating. The scene opens with Porsha gloating. Let me see if I can play this scene, right? Not a copyright. We're going to get strikes today. So listen, the scene opens with, let me see if I can do still. The scene opens with Porsha Williams. Sorry, y'all. I should have been more prepared. Shut up. I'm done apologizing. Y'all get what y'all get. I hope y'all enjoy this live. Sign up for my members only, $4.99, all right? So listen, the scene opens with Porsha gloating with her wine glass. Now, you have to remember that at the time this was actually filmed, Porsha thought that every time her and Simon stepped in to an elevator, she heard shit goes down when there's $1 billion in the elevator. She thought they were J and B. She really thought she was rocking with someone. So she was gloating. Y'all remember on Ricky Smiley when she was like, gloating, it's gonna be 3 weddings and a funeral for the haters. Girl, okay, right, whatever, right? It opens with gloating. The cousin is literally saying, she's telling them about Simon. Now, the cousin literally says, why is about but does Dennis know? Now, that was my first tip off because my sources have been telling me this for a while, but you got to think, why is everybody so concerned about Dennis? Everybody's concerned about Dennis and what Dennis knew and when Dennis found out. Now, get this. The cousin didn't ask about, did Porsha's mom know? The cousin didn't ask, did Pilar know? The cousin didn't ask, did Lauren know? Or even did the grandma know? The cousin said, right? The cousin said, oh, thank you, Nerva. Nerva said, Tisa, I've coined the term title Mrs. Colombo for you effective immediately. Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, Nerva. You know, while everybody's cooking in the kitchen, I decided to get cooking on the books, right? So listen, so you got to ask yourself, and this goes into the whole thing about Porsha and Dennis. I'm sorry, Dennis and Simon, let me stop. Porsha and Simon been messing around for a minute, and you guys don't forget that she just called things quit with Dennis, I think around in early January of this year. The reason why everybody, even the cousin on the preview and Lauren and everyone, was so concerned with what Dennis was saying and was so concerned with what Dennis was doing is because even though they weren't officially together, they were still doing that on again, off again, in and out of each other's lives. Again, you got to think, why is the only person everybody's concerned about is, does Dennis know? Why would a man that you haven't been messing with give a damn or be entitled? And get this, the cousin didn't know who Simon was. They didn't know the connection. They didn't know that Dennis and Simon knew each other. Now, were Dennis and Simon best friends? No, but they knew of each other, right? So it's kind of like, why did Dennis need to know this, right? Now, it lets you know that Porsha and Dennis were still together in the way that baby mothers and baby's fathers sometimes tend to be. That's why people don't like messing with people that have young children, because again, unless it's completely cut off, sometimes there is that, make up the breakup stuff, right? Now, here's the thing. Porsha also goes on to say, when we were out of town, again, in the way she was talking to her cousin was making it seem like Simon was the side man and she was trying to hide him for Dennis, and now it's official, she's going to come back, right? Now, it cuts to Dennis and Lauren. This is when Dennis exposes Porsha. I'll play the audio again really quick, but let me just set the scene up for you guys so you know what's going on, right? So the scene cuts to Dennis and Lauren, right? Again, in my mind, I'm looking, and my sources are telling me, why is everybody so concerned, right, about Dennis's feelings if they haven't been together? Again, Dennis and Simon are not friends. They know about each other the way I might know about someone that kind of moves in the same circles, but we don't really know each other, right? So why would you be so concerned about Dennis's feelings? So it cuts to Simon and Lauren actually masking around, right? Hey, Kathy, shout out to you, Kathy. Thank you for joining my members only live. Kathy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so make sure I'm not missing any super chats. Hold on, guys. I got nervous. I'm going to make sure I ain't missing any money, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm good. All right, I'm good. Okay, so now we get into the meat. We got Dennis, right? We got Dennis, and we got Lauren, and they're sitting there, right? And at first, Lauren, I took a few pictures, right? Yes, I know they should be posted on the screen, but guess what? You in the hood now, baby. Enjoy this, all right? Enjoy this. All right, so when it first starts, Lauren is sitting there looking at Dennis, right? And we all know that look is being a sister. We're just like, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. She was just like, yeah, nigga, you wasn't ever treating her right. And now look at this, right? So she's sitting there and she's just like, oh, okay, right? So then Dennis says, and I quote, right? She just said, and I quote, Porsha called Porsha called first thing in the morning and told me that she was engaged. Again, if Porsha and Dennis were not still messing around or had something going on, why is Dennis one of the first people you called about an engagement? And please don't tell me, oh, it's because they have this beautiful co-parenting experience. They don't. Right? Now, I'm not saying they're at odds, but they're not one of those like, oh, we're best friends and we're co-parents, right? Now, then Dennis says she told me that she told me that she started dating somebody 2 weeks ago. Y'all, Porsha told the world it was a month. We know that it was over a year because they were sneaking around in St. Regis. When Dennis said, Porsha told me that she had started dating somebody about 2 weeks ago, this was Lauren's face. Lauren's face was really, really shook. Now, here's the thing. Lauren is Porsha's ride or die. We know that. But also, Lauren knows Porsha better than anyone, and the people that know Porsha knows, right? The people that knows Porsha knows that she's a big fat liar, pants on fire. She's a lovable liar, pants on fire, but she's a big fat liar, pants on fire. So at this point, we all know that look. Damn, Porsha ain't telling me the story. She's lying. I don't know what Dennis knows of Vase's maneuvers, right? Lauren's face. Here's another thing. When did Porsha and Dennis, and this is what we need to ask ourselves, right? Let's be detectives, right? When did Porsha and Simon actually get engaged? I'm being serious. When did they actually get engaged? Because when Dennis said she called me in the morning, Lauren said, the morning of what? Your sister just got engaged to a guy that she hadn't even known a month. They were talking about Porsha's relationship. You don't know? Why are you asking the morning of what? No, I'm sorry. She said she called me the morning after. What do you mean the morning after what? We're talking about Porsha. What other big events have happened in Porsha's life? But again, when you see the preview, you see Lauren's a horrible liar. She loves her sister, but Lauren's one of those people that when she reacts, it's written all over her face. Porsha knows how to hold her face together. Lauren doesn't, right? Listen, so then when Lauren said, so anyway, here it comes the shit. So Lauren's looking stuck like this, right? And as soon as she said that, Dennis leans in. Now it's interesting enough that everybody cares about Dennis's feelings. Lauren was looking mad guilty. And the fact that Dennis and Lauren, he feels are so tight that he can put her on the spot and ask these questions. Dennis has been around, right? She said, so he looked at her and he's like, when they get engaged, right? He asked, when did they get engaged? Lauren looks to the side and says, because at this point, evasive maneuvers, I know she's a liar. I don't know what she said to you. Fuck. Ugh. And then Lauren starts repeating what Dennis has said. Lauren said, she giggled, and then she said, I think it was about like, yeah, 2 weeks ago, because you don't know what the lie is at this point. You just know that lies have been told. You just know that lies have been told. So you know you're going along. Again, it's not her first time with Porsha. Porsha is a big liar, liar's pants on fire. Y'all, I just want to say there's 1,000 people in this chat. Y'all, this is YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe, support me, share this video, do what you can. But also, if you do want exclusive tea, I do have a members only live. The link is in the bio. And for more exclusive tea, because I've been telling y'all this shit for months. And Candy Burris just shouted me out. You know my shit is legit in ATL. Don't ask me who my sources be, but I got them, right? And if you want to get behind the scenes and get into some little juicy, lighthearted roast/gossip, we don't do hateful on this channel, but baby, we will roast the hell out of you, right? We doing a roast to Porsha Williams and Simon Gabonia right now, right? So if you want to get into the roast and get some exclusive live, go on and join my tea. But back to the thing, right? Listen, she looks too thing, and she said, "Yep, yeah, like literally 2 weeks." Cut to Dennis. Dennis is looking like, you sure about this, right? And that's when he realized, because that's the thing. You guys need to realize everybody in this scene and everybody in here knows Porsha. Listen, you can love Porsha, you can hate her. Porsha is a liar. She's a charming liar, but she's a liar. So Porsha, you ever have one of those friends that you're just like, okay, I don't really know where the truth is, but I know that you have a good heart, so I'm just going to rock with you. That's the way things kind of are, right? Now, the funny thing is, at that point, the shady producers, and I have to tell you that, listen, so when she said 2 weeks, she said 2 weeks, right? Dennis was looking like, 2 weeks, you sure about that? And Lauren, if you watch the preview, I'll put the link, it's on All True Tea. If you watch the preview, Lauren was overcome with guilt. She couldn't even look. Shout out to Mia Thornton, she couldn't even look Dennis in the eye. She looked completely like she had just been caught in a lie. And like, it's that point when you realize that the person you care about, right? Listen, it's that thing when you realize that the person you care about has gotten you into some shit, didn't tell you the full story, didn't do whatever, and then you just feel guilty because you're talking to someone that you have a relationship with, right? Now, here's the thing, the shady producers. If you want more exclusive tea, my members only live is only $4.99 a month. And listen, after Thanksgiving, we can all afford to put a cupcake down and skip a coffee, right? Now, Porsha, the producers then cut to Porsha saying, her cousin asking her, different scene, so how long y'all been dating? And Porsha said, about a month, right? Before they got engaged. Again, go watch my exclusive live. That is a live. However, However, this is where my exclusive lives come in, because my sources, and I reported this a while back, told me that Bravo is not too happy with Porsha. It was supposed to be a limited Black Lives Matter spinoff. When they didn't know anything about Simon, they just thought that she was going to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta and get her own little, not a spinoff, but a little limited series. And Candy would go do Old Lady Gang, right? That's who the girls in the Real Housewives got picked to have their little limited series. When they found out about Simon, because Porsha hid Simon from them, because she lied about Simon before. We're going to get back to this preview. I'm going to spill some more tea. But let me just tell you this old tea for those of you guys new to my chat and you're not an exclusive members only live, so you never heard this. Because in members only live, whatever we say has to stay in that chat so people don't go spread it around the internet, right? They have not been too happy with her. So Bravo already had the money spent on this. They already had it scheduled in the thing, and they were really, really upset. So they were like, F it. Let's just see what we get. Whereas the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers are super, super, super loyal to Porsha, because, like Che Chaston said, Porsha is mad manipulative. She knows how to charm people. She's beautiful. She got that body. She got that smile. However, these new producers are not loyal to her. And they have been playing that. They will play the dog mess out of her in Porsha's Family Matters. If you look on Porsha's timeline, even though Bravo has released these clips and all the blogs have these clips, Porsha has not promoted her show since November 15th. Y'all, this is supposed to be her legacy. This is her shine. Remember all that shit she was telling us? She has not promoted the show since November 15th. Because what? Are you ashamed of what happened in the show? Are you ashamed of the light they show you? But the weird thing is about the show, now that she doesn't have Kenya to be the villain, we see the real Porsha. Now, here's the thing. Not saying the real Porsha is a monster, but I am saying that you are going to get a clear look at what the people close to her say about the way she is super self and will do anything to get what she wants. Does that make her a monster? No, y'all, we're roasting, but I'm just giving you a little behind the scenes tea. So you're going to see your real. Also, Bravo is trying to smack her hands too, because she lied to them about the Simon thing. She lied to them about stuff. Even with the birthday, she promised it would be a big star-studded bash, and she knew all those people, and that didn't come to fruition. Right now, right? If you guys don't know about Simon's, don't forget also, we're moving to the next scene. If you guys don't know about Simon and the way he is faker than a $3 bill, watch my expose, either part 1, 2, or 3. Part 1 breaks down the way his businesses are all shams. Part 2 breaks down the way he's just like a liar, cheater, whatever. Part 3 rolls it all together, even all these overseas properties that he thought he had, right? So then Dennis leans in to Porsha, right? Dennis leaves into Porsha, says, it ain't the money, is it? Right? He says it ain't the money, is it? Lauren looks at her, looks at Dennis like he's talking to a stranger, and says, why would she say that? She has her own money. Because that's the narrative that she and everybody else has been pushing. However, Dennis and everybody else in those ATL streets know, I don't know what Porsha does with her money. Maybe Porsha supports, right? Maybe Porsha supports her family, right? I don't know what Porsha does with her money, but I just know that the way Porsha operates, like Erica De Niro says, she operates out of a point of struggle. She operates like the rent is due, right? The diva Erica De Niro, she operates like the rent is due all the time. Dennis knows the way Porsha was with, and the way Porsha ain't got no money like that, right? And that's fine, right? And that's fine. However, so then Dennis looks at her like, girl, stop. And then she says, right? She said, no, it's not the money. What's wrong with her just liking him? So then it cuts to Dennis in his confessional, right? It cuts to Dennis in his confessional. And listen, it cuts to Dennis in the confessional saying, Porsha's all about that money. Porsha wouldn't have had a baby with me if I ain't have money. Now, I'm not saying it's the money. Maybe it's the cash, or maybe he's blowing the back out. I don't know. Now, y'all, I literally had to press pause and giggle to myself, because we know that 60-year-old that drinks nothing but 1942. Listen, I know there's some fine 60-year-olds walking around still with that energy, with that pep, with the what? 60 is not old. Don't misunderstand, guys, right? Men and women, there's some good looking 60-year-old people and people over 60 walking around. That's not what this is about. We're talking about Simon, the way he drinks 1942 for a nightcap and pours that shit in his frosted flakes for breakfast. I bet you Simon, as much as he drinks, he might as well pour that shit in his Rice Krispies and drink 1942 and Rice Krispies, always smoking those damn cigars. Fallon already said, if you guys haven't seen any of my interviews with Fallon, go look. Fallon already said that he has diabetes but not from natural, from his lifestyle, right? And not to make anything about somebody's thing, but he has the diabetes, right? He is not in really good shape. So when Dennis says that he's probably blowing, and Fallon also said that he didn't have the ability to have children, and they went to the doctor because they were trying for a baby, and the doctor said that he didn't have the ability to have children. So again, who's blowing who's back out? So let's go back to the Cash, because Dennis gave us two choices. The Cash are blowing the back out, and we all know it's not blowing the back out. So let's get back to regularly scheduled programming, right? Now, right? She said Porsha wouldn't be talking to me if I was broke. I can tell you that. Y'all, when the man, listen, and again, I know that men can be petty, right? So I'm not saying that because Dennis said it is hand to God. I am saying that what Dennis says matches up with reality quite a bit, right? So when Dennis talks, we need to listen, right? Now, then Dennis starts to get mad. And that's when Lauren is sitting there looking guilty as fuck. It's on All True Tea. He said, this shit is not adding up. This shit's not adding up. How's she telling me for 2 weeks and then you saying this is not adding up? He started getting mad. How's a man, right, that you haven't been messing with a while? Remember she said her and Dennis was over for a while? How's a man that you haven't been, right, messing with for a while, right? How is it that you guys have been broken up? How is it all this shit? But now he's sitting there on national TV. And don't forget, when you're like, oh, well, what would Dennis be doing there if he didn't want to make, if he wasn't supporting Porsha? You forget that everybody in Porsha's family, including Dennis, was signed up for Porsha's Black Lives Matter special. It turned into Porsha's Family Matters. But let's also remember that Simon was the interloper. Nobody except for Porsha, Lauren, and Shamia, and maybe little PJ, knew about Simon. So once they had everybody on board and Dennis was already filming, don't forget, they got engaged. This was filmed before her birthday, but after they made that Mother's Day announcement. So they had already started filming. Don't forget that when they got engaged, Porsha said they'd been over for a while. Now, I asked the women in the chat, I asked even the men, if y'all there, have y'all ever seen anybody get this upset about someone that they had been over for a while? He wasn't saying like, oh, why she getting engaged to that man, this and that. He was literally saying something ain't adding up, as if Porsha had lied to him about the timeline. Now, I ask you, why would Porsha have to lie to a baby daddy about the timeline of when she got engaged, right? Why? What she did? Why would she be lying to her baby's father about the timeline of her engagement? Why did she call her baby's father the morning after she got engaged? And we all know, right, that dumbass cake he got made out of Play-Doh and some paper clips, that he had her standing there looking like smiling and looking stupid next to that cake. We all know they got engaged in the evening because we saw her cut that damn Play-Doh claymation Gumby melting plate. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch my Simon and Porsha expose. Well, it's actually expose on Simon, right? Not and Simon, the way he just fugazi, right? Scammer alert. He's scam likely. Decline call. He's scam likely, right? But why are you worried? And not even that. Why is everybody in your family worried about what Dennis is going to say? Everyone. Does Dennis know? What's Dennis going to say? And why are you lying about the thing? Why? Because Porsha Williams is dirty. And well, when I say dirty, I don't mean like physically dirty. All right. But she was playing dirty, right, to get what she wanted because she thought that she was securing the bag. Again, if Dennis wasn't remember when she was in Miss Diane's thing and she was like, he said he got a job. He said he got good credit. He said he want to take care of me. He got a big house. And she was like joking about how wide every time she found out how much money he had, the legs would open up. Why wouldn't you do the same things times a billion if you thought you were marrying somebody worth 500 million? Spoiler alert, watch that expose. He's fugazi. He got scammer money, scam likely, right? Now. And Dennis being like, this shit ain't added up. Why are you lying to him about how long you've been dating someone? And she told Dennis that she had been dating somebody for 2 weeks. If you guys are not friends, if this is your baby's father, if you guys are like co-parenting, why would you even first of all, why are y'all talking about who you dating? But even if you are, why are you telling them so much? Because there was something going on back and forth, and you had to shut that shit down, right? You had to shut down so you can go back to your new man and be like, well, guess what? She was just here 2 weeks ago. Now, right? Dennis goes on to say, and verbatim goes on to say, it looks like she took someone's man. Lauren then looks down with guilt and says, I'm about to play the audio again for you guys, looks down and says, I know it does, right? Dennis goes on to say, she's like the man stealer of the century. And Lauren's trying to calm him down, being like, I know. But she won't even look him in the eye because she has overcome a guilt. If y'all had not seen Lauren's face, Lauren is not a good liar. She loves her sister and she has her back like any good sister, but she is not a good liar. She is not not a good liar, right? Now, right? Then Dennis says something unintelligible like, oh, I hope she's whatever, but we can't hear it. Y'all, we're about to move into the second clip because All True Tea has 2 clips. I got more tea on that, but let's just take a minute. Let's just take a minute to see the jewels that Dennis dropped. I want to say for everybody, told y'all so. Again, Candy Burrs shouted me out. Tasha K shouted out. Y'all can talk all y'all want. My shit's legit. And to the same, my sources have not been proven wrong. And if you guys sign up for my Members Only Live for $4.99, right? Listen, you don't need the cupcakes pile or the coffee. We're about to have Thanksgiving. Everybody's going to need to skip 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 meals for the next 8 weeks to make up for Thanksgiving, Christmas coming up. Listen, spend that money on me while you're out there walking, while you're doing squats, while you're doing all that stuff, right? You can literally be listening when you're ignoring your boss, when you're ignoring your man, whatever the case may be. It's only $4.99. You get access to all the old tea to catch up. And we're having another exclusive Members Only Live. And I got more tea about the fight. I got more tea about the Porsha, who's Porsha's beefing with. And I have a little bit tea about all the Housewives shows, actually. But if you guys want to Porsha, we're going to have a Porsha's Family Matters special edition live on the live. It's coming up, you guys. Make sure you sign up. $4.99, but if you sign up now, you can listen to all the old ones that give a lot of tea right now, y'all. Dennis dropped bombs. Everything that I've been saying in my lives, everything y'all been like, oh, she just be talking. We don't know. She sounds so convincing. We don't even know if she's telling the truth. Bitch, I was telling the truth. Now what? I heard you was talking shit. Bitch, here I go. Now what? Sorry, I just had to say that. Just had to say that, right? Just had to say that. To everybody's just like, she just be making up shit. I ain't make up one thing, and my sources are legit. And guess what? You know how y'all really gonna be sick? You know, you're right, because I got more tea on this. Yo, Real Housewives of Atlanta and Porsha's Family is going to be lit. I love roasting. It's lighthearted. Y'all, this is not hateful. Don't send any hate in the comments. This is not shade. Everybody is going to be eating. But y'all, we're about to have a good time. And y'all grew up the way I grew up, where when you do something, people will roast the hell out of you and have a good kiki. Then you come to the right channel, right? It's lighthearted shade, but we getting into the shade, all right? Here we go, right? Here we go, y'all. So let's get y'all. But first of all, I want to see from the comments, what do y'all think about Dennis exposing Porsha? The way Dennis said, it looked like she took someone's man, right? So even to the whole point of them being like, oh, you don't understand, things were over. And then we began our relationship. Even Dennis is like, it looked like she took somebody's man. Now, here's the thing. Y'all might be like, well, Dennis was small next to Mother's Day. My sources also said, listen, the funny thing about Dennis and Porsha's relationship and Simon's Porsha relationship, if you guys, I'll give you a little bit of my Members Only Live tea, right? And this shit is legit. Porsha knew Dennis for a year. When I say knew, she had seen the hot dog man around. Porsha and Dennis were only dating for 3 weeks, at most 6 weeks, before she got pregnant. Right? It was 3 to 6 weeks, somewhere in there before she got. That's why Dennis wasn't trying to commit. Not again. Now I've heard Dennis is a handful. This is not saying Dennis is the Saint Paint of Atlanta, right? But this is one of the reasons why Dennis did not want to commit to her, because they didn't know each other that well. It wasn't, he was like, yeah, fine, let's have the baby, but I'm not getting married to you. I don't even know you. And quiet as kept, Dennis still had a lot of women. Now, Porsha tried to play it off as it came out, and she even made up that fake backstory, said, oh, no, we've been dating for over a year, but now I'm starting to share this. That was a lie. Her and Dennis, she knew of him, but they had not talked in any romantic situation or even been friends. They just saw each other around for at least 3 to 6 weeks, and then she got pregnant, right? So that backstory about her knowing Dennis for a year, it was all a lie, right? And that's another reason why Dennis, again, he's a handful. Dennis, I've heard, be in those streets, so I'm not saying he's a painter saint, but he wasn't even considering settling down with someone that he didn't even know like that. He literally did give her some bags and shit because she thought that he could expand his hot dog kingdom by getting exposure. But even then, he got closer. He tried to see that Porsha really didn't want to work. She even says that in her thing. She wants to be a house mom. No shade to that. Listen, if you want to be a mom, but she came to Dennis under false pretenses. You know what I'm saying? I think being a mom is a full-time job. You don't ever gotta work if you're taking care of the kids. I'm an old-fashioned woman like that. But that's not what we're talking about. It's talking about the fact that Porsha was like, yeah, let's get this money. I'm a grinder. You're a grinder. Dennis got into that and was like, as soon as she found out she was pregnant, she started making demands. She started doing this. She started doing that, right? Now, listen. Now, I also want to point out, I don't know. Oh, everybody shout out to the Ahmad verdict. Woo! I thought America lost their goddamn minds for a second, but we are back. Y'all, if you want to see who's actually true to the struggle, why don't y'all, when you get a chance, go over to your favorite activist pages, right? And see who's even acknowledged that such monumental shit happened. Now, I know that it's not on my page, but I'm not an activist, right? I'm still shouting out on my live. I'm still down for the struggle, no doubt. But my brand isn't activism. My brand isn't power to the people. My brand isn't BLM. Let's just see who your favorite activists on TV. And I'm not just talking about Porsha. I'm talking about all of them from Love and Hip Hop on down. Why they haven't said shit about these verdicts. But they don't, but when the cameras aren't on, they don't got shit to say. Mendici's, well, let me shut up. Hey, what's up, SS Pride? Thank you so much for the super chat, mama. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, roasting. So, this is just a tip of the backstory, because I know backstories from Atlanta gossip, right? Anyway, they weren't messing around. They weren't messing around for only 3 to 6 weeks. That whole lie of Dennis and Porsha, that's why Dennis didn't commit to her. Plus, Dennis was like, I don't even know you, right? You came to me like you were a hustler, but now you want me to take care of you. Dennis, prior to Porsha, only messed with women that were business women, that were also hustlers. That's the type of relationship he wants. Right or wrong, who cares? That's the type of relationship he wants. Porsha wants a more traditional relationship. Neither of them are wrong. You can have what you want, but Porsha went under false pretenses, right? So you sit there and he's looking and he was like, whatever. And he was like, and you got me looking crazy on TV with the counseling, looking like I'm the asshole and I'm this and all that because I did you a favor and went along with this lie so you wouldn't look like to America that you had just gotten pregnant after 2 or 3 weeks and you wouldn't just look like some ditzy girl. And I try, because you're going to have my kid and I'm trying to do you a favor and go along with this backstory and you got me on TV looking like the asshole? Man, cut. That's why Dennis bounced. But here's the odd thing, right? Oftentimes, life imitates art. That fake backstory that she made up for Dennis is actually what happened with her and Simon. Her and Simon were messing around for a year, but they had to hide it. Her and Simon were messing around for a year, and then when they got, I don't know why they decided to come forward. I'm still trying to get my sources to be like, why did you come forward at that moment? Because you could have secretly been engaged. You know what I'm saying? And then announce it a little bit later, or at least when the divorce. But I see why now. It just occurred to me. Now, this is just my theory. The reason they came out is because her show was going to start filming and she wanted him to be a part of her show because it didn't click for Porsha that most people, right? It didn't click for most people, right? Didn't click for most people, or at least for Porsha, that somebody worth 40 million doesn't have time to be trying to take center focus at your show. Somebody worth 40 million doesn't even need to have to try to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Baby, you got 40 million. You can produce some shit if you're good enough and you got it onto Netflix or even Zeus, right? Shout out to Zeus TV. But she lied and said that they'd only been, right? Thank you so much, SS Pride. Thank you. She lied and said that they had only been on for about a month, even though they've been dating for a year. Go and watch my expose part 3. Now, let's move into the second part, right? And also, you guys, when this is over, make sure you keep checking my channel, even if you don't want to sign up for the exclusive members live, and you should, because that's the shit that I don't put out in the YouTube streets, because a little bit too grimy, a little bit too gutter. It's roasting, but it's like, the rumors that I'm like, no, I want to be behind a paywall. Now, they are verified, but I'll always tell you if it's verified or not. But also stay close attention to my channel. I'm dropping more videos. I'm doing the book review about Porsha Families Matter. I'm doing a panel about Porsha Family Matters with some big heavy hitter names. I know that you guys know. Stay tuned for that, but I will be reviewing it. Stay tuned for that. And I'm also going to be dropping some videos over Thanksgiving holidays, breaking down one by one all the lies in Porsha books. Because listen, my mama does the cooking and my family does the rest. I just sit there and eat. And while I'm in my turkey coma, I'm going to be busy doing videos and doing what else, right? Listen, Frankie said my expose should have been a Netflix special. Frankie, thank you, babe. I would have loved that, right? Now, listen, let's get into the second clip they're showing. And the second clip they showed was of Porsha's birthday party. Now, the Porsha's birthday is very interesting. And I want you guys to know, I think I revealed this on my members only live months ago, but I'm going to let y'all know anyway. You guys can have this for free. You welcome. If you were my members in here, don't worry. I got some fresh tea I'm dropping on y'all. And we're going to drop this tea before the thing, right? Before Porsha's Family Matters comes on, right? The thing is, the producers were at this point were very, very upset with Porsha because it was supposed to be Black Lives Matter. Then, because Simon, Porsha, and whatever, they were like, all right, so we'll just do this about the relationship. The producers were looking, I'm about to get into the second clip, but let me get you the setup so you know what's happening. The producers were looking and they were like, listen, y'all are not a cute couple. This is what my sources are saying. The producers did not find them as a cute couple. There's nothing aspirational about them. There's nothing cute about them. And even the way their early pictures when they kissed, Porsha always looked like she was pushing away. And when they did kiss and Simon was like, let me see if I can do it. It's just, I don't think my lips come out that far. When Simon, this is, if you guys don't know, this is the way Simon kisses. Like when Simon was doing the kiss, right? If y'all know, he has like tentacle things. So when they kissed, it was just awkward. Nobody looked at them as a cute, sexy couple. Nobody believed their chemistry. Now, listen, they could be getting it in all night. I don't know what happens in those people's beds. I don't know what happened in their beds. I do know that he has diabetes. He's older. He eats, looks like he eats Don Julio 1942 in his Cocoa Puffs every morning. And he smokes cigars. So I don't know if they're getting it in. I don't know if he has a cardiovascular skills to do that. So whatever, but I'm just saying what producers saw and what showed up on the screen. They were like, okay, so we're not buying. Okay, but you know what? Maybe we can do the angle of, it had like, you're very, very rich and look at Porsha's new lifestyle. But that didn't hold up because remember when Porsha was on Dish Nation and she said she's having 3 weddings and a funeral. One was going to be at an American property. One was going to be in the Nigerian property. And one was going to be at one of their many properties overseas. That's when Porsha still thought that he had everything. He don't got nothing in Nigeria, right? He don't got anything in Atlanta. Quiet as kept. He sold that house and is he even living in that rental still? He sold that house and he might have a rental, right? And that house in Costa Rica, we're not even getting into that, but all bets are saying that Simon doesn't own it. If you guys want to know, please go over and watch the expose on my channel, part 3. Now, some of y'all might be saying, listen, Simon got a coin because even at the very least, he's renting 2 houses. Listen, we all know that Simon's not working at Piggly Wiggly. However, Porsha Williams was one of the brightest stars on reality TV show. Does Simon has enough for this woman to quit all her bags? No. Simon at best got scammer money. And for anybody that's ever messed with a scammer, you know having scammer money ain't real money because you can't buy shit you can't build with that. Having real money is anyway, we're not getting into that, right? Let's get back to the producers, right? The producers were sitting there and they were like, yo, we can't do this because of somebody's expose. The producers were like, and he ain't got no money. So what we gonna do? So they took them down to Cancun. Porsha was playing mommy to the 5 kids in the Howard Johnson in pool, right? They were trying to act like, oh, the new T.I. family hustle, right? They were just like, yeah, but we don't have anything because Simon's not really likable. Y'all don't have anything. And honestly, the kids were supposed to be a part of the show, right? And all the kids are adorable. PJ Simons, everybody's kids are adorable, right? But it just wasn't giving. It was just like, okay, this is a little bit of a snooze fest. It wasn't until Porsha got her family involved, and you guys will know from the Members Only Live, Porsha did that on purpose. She literally threw her family under the table to cause drama. But anyway, listen, let's get into what producers were saying. The producers were like, yo, this isn't working, right? Also, Porsha had sold to them that her and Simon and her rich, almost billionaire boyfriend had all these friends, had all these connections, had all these anything. The first clue that the producers had that something was amiss and they had been conned was during Porsha's birthday party. Do you know why? Because if you guys don't know, for the Real Housewives, every event that happens, you get a budget. You get a budget. It's like your per diem to plan the party. Anything over that budget, you got to pay for, which is why sometimes you saw Cynthia on Real Housewives of Atlanta at a party that just had cheese and crackers because she was like, I'm not spending $1 on Nene. Y'all getting cheese and Keebler original townhouse crackers. Delicious, right? And y'all getting cheese. Whereas you see, like sometimes in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and the Real Housewives of Potomac, and sometimes Real Housewives of Atlanta, when it comes to candy shit, people throw their and Kenya shit. They throw their money on top of this. Simon used the producer's budget, which could have been Porsha's first clue that he was broke. And also, y'all, keep your eye on the prize. Let's see if Simon ever got Porsha a birthday present. Again, yeah, he got that ring, but you're talking to somebody that at the very least told you he was worth $40 million. Where's your birthday present, right? And Simon loves to show off. So if Simon loves to show off, you know that he would have had it. So the first thing that the producers had that was amiss was at her birthday party. Because Simon was supposed to plan it and invite all her friends. You walked in, y'all, the scene looked like this. They had basic looking bottle girls, right? And I'm not talking about the features. I'm talking about the way it just looked like you just got people from their day off. Like, come on, come on, come on. They didn't even get their hair freshly done. They didn't even have professional makeup. You know how if anybody's ever been a server or a bottle girl, when there's VIPs in, y'all like, attention, attention. This ain't for you 9 to 5 days. You know, all you hear is make his pockets hurt. They're just sitting there like they rolled out of bed, right? Now, look how empty this shit is. Here's Simon and here's Porsha walking into an empty place. Let me zoom out so y'all can see this a little bit more if y'all don't believe this. He took her to an empty club. The producers, according to my sources, were sitting there like, looking around because they realized they had been conned, right? Listen, Porsha doing her, oh my God, everybody's here. Now she tries to play it off while she only got 6 people at her birthday party, right? Saying, listen, he planned an event that only had the people there that I love. That's all I need, right? Everybody's here. He only planned it for the people that I love. The shady ass producers cut to her hugging Yandy and then cut to Jennifer Williams, Porsha's friend. The shady producers did that on purpose because when they got there, all they saw was maybe a handful of family members. And by handful, I mean maybe 5 at the most, including Lauren. And they also saw nothing but reality TV people. Those aren't Porsha's real friends. Nobody really even messes with Porsha like that. Not saying she's unpopular, but they're not her friends. Or rather, should I say, Porsha doesn't mess with them like that. There's no relationship. So the only people that you could round up to your party was some reality TV people from Love and Hip Hop that wanted to play. They wanted like clout chasers. Jennifer Williams. Since when Jen and Porsha been cool? Even Jen is just sitting there looking like, I guess, girl, I guess. Now, For all of you guys that remember my expose part 3, go and watch it if you haven't. I'm gonna keep saying it until y'all watch it. Y'all remember that Porsha and Simon, right? Y'all remember that Porsha and Simon had that dumb ass cake. Simon had a cake that looked like Gumby was melting, right? She had a cake that looked like Gumby was melting. The cake was a mess. I'm gonna try to find it for y'all because it was so good. The cake was a damn mess. It looked as stupid. It just looked like, to me, if a man had made that cake for me, I literally would have given him, I would have looked at him and been like, you know what? I never noticed, but I think you're mentally insane. Because here's the thing. Let's just say you paid for that private cake, right? Where's that damn cake, right? Let's just say that you paid for the cake, right? Let's just say you did that. Great. However, once the chef lied to you and said, oh, no, I can do this, I can rock this, just trust me, why would you ever, if you bought me the cake and it was for my boyfriend's birthday, and it looked like Gumby had melted all over the cake, I'd have been like, nah, like, it's cool, just put that back in the kitchen, we'll eat cake later. And I would have sent somebody out for some damn Little Debbie, right? You guys, here's the top of the cake. I would have sent somebody out for some damn Little Debbies, right? And been like, just put some candles in that shit. We don't got time for this mess, right? Simon presented her with that damn cake, right? And for everybody that was like, Porsha ain't in it for the money, y'all, present them without evidence, right? But Simon made it come up a little bit. I'll give him a praise. He made it come up a little bit on the cake. And I'm going to show you the cake that he made a come up on that was actually really, really good, right? So if you remember the melted cake that looked a hot mess, for anybody that remembers, Simon now on the special did this cake. Now it's better, right? It don't look like it melted. It don't look like Gumby, right? But let's take points off because you got that stupid dollar store happy birthday sparkler on top. Still ain't learned his lesson, right? Still hasn't learned. It is in a basic club. You are messing with someone that literally put up fake bios. If you don't believe me, go watch what Fallon said. That literally put up fake bios about how he was worth $300 million. And you got you in a basic club next to the goddamn BP oil and the quickie mark. I'm being dead serious, right? Listen, there was no guests. I know it's reality TV, right? But we did that, right? Now, still basic with that dollar store topic, right? Let's get to the juice. And this is where we get really, really good stuff, where we see just how much producers are not on Porsha's side. Again, you guys, she didn't get in greenlit for a second session because it was a hot mess. And I'm going to tell you why, but just hear me out, right? We almost to the end of this, guys. It's getting good. It's getting good. Let's go. Oh, who sent me a super chat? Hey, Rim, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really, really thank you. Let me make sure I didn't miss any more super chats. Thank you. And let's see, who else do we have? Thank you, Rim. I appreciate you. Okay, so here we go, right? Drew walks up. This is a scene. If you guys don't believe me, I'm going to put the links. If you're watching this on playback, the links will be in the bio, or you can go to All True Tea on Instagram. That's where I saw them, right? Drew walks in. Now, surprise, surprise, Drew looks put together. Now, don't get me wrong. Drew is a beautiful woman. She's an actress. I think that's like a job requirement. Drew is a beautiful woman. But goddamn, her fashion, let me just shut up before y'all see me in the grocery store and start filming like, oh, you got so much to say about Drew. Yes, because I'm going, listen, what did somebody say? I'm freelance hot. I'm not hot every day, but I know I can turn it up, right? You might see me at Trader Joe's looking a hot ass mess, but I can turn it up. I can make it pop, right? I'm freelance hot. I'm not salary hot. I'm freelance hot. When I need to, I can pop off, right? When I can pop off, but it's not a day-to-day thing, right? Listen, I just think, so Drew walks up. right? And she looks gorgeous. Finally, her baby hairs are like whoo, swirling. She got on that Versace outfit. And you know how you know Drew looked like she looked good that night? Because I remember when she had that Versace outfit on, I think she posted 11 pictures. She probably never got as many compliments as she did that night. As well she should have, because like, Drew, good job. Good job. No, she ain't looked that good since, but good job. Drew's lucky she got that pretty face, because if they were giving out success based off of fashion style, based off of the ability to wear a lace front, based off of the ability to pick out good ponytails from the Chinese store, Drew wouldn't be seeing heaven, right? Now, Drew walks up and she was just like, hey, she said, oh, hey, it's been so long. Porsha right there, because she is desperate to gloat, says, I'm engaged, right? And Drew says, I didn't even see you in forever. That also lets you know, Porsha being a liar, none of these people are your friends. Drew's not even your friend. She's a co-worker, right? Where are your friends, Porsha? Again, does she keep a small circle? Absolutely. I keep a small circle too. However, my Atlanta sources are telling me that Porsha keeps a small circle because she likes to steal people's men. Because Porsha doesn't have any values. Because Porsha will do whatever she needs to do to get ahead. But, it's all opinion. Let me know what you guys think, right? And then Drew, being epidiplomatic, she walked around that bullshit and she said, oh my God, I just left town and now you got this new life, right? Porsha gloating, because Porsha, or maybe she did get the fact that Drew was just like, and look at Drew's face. Drew's face is like, right? Now, then she introduces, right, Simon to Drew. And this is where shit gets sick. And this is where I was like, listen, I know a few months ago when I was telling y'all what my sources was telling me, and I know a lot of y'all were like, oh, she's just so persuasive. Who even knows what she said? Bitch, I was right? And not only was I right, I was correct. I might as well wrote the script. Don't need to ask who I work for, Portia's Family Values, right? Now, she rolls Drew up, and if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, sign up for my members only live. You can see the old ones; they are still relevant information, good kikis, deep gossip on all things housewives, and it's true gossip. But also, we're having an exclusive one to kick off the Porsha, and I am reviewing this, and I'm doing a book club. So, like, subscribe, comment, keep an eye on the channel, right? So she says to her, right? She says, so y'all never met, right? Gloating. And again, if it was something like Porsha was seduced, because I gave Porsha, I was blaming Simon like he seduced her. He ain't shit. Until my sources were calling me and was like, yo, Tisa, calm that down. She's not a victim. She is a willing participant and she is delighting in this. Again, she does have that psychological trauma from what happened with her mom and her dad, and the way her dad left her mama for, I don't want to call her a mistress, but left her mama for another woman. And when he left her mama, he did that old school shit. When they leave the mother, they leave the child. And he was still kind of involved in Porsha's life, but he showered Lauren with love. And Porsha always was like a bit, according to my sources, a bit jealous. Not jealous, but as a kid would feel, she should have. What she should have. This is not a drag about Porsha. What her daddy did to her was not shit. Porsha has talked about this, but she always felt some type of way, right? That Lauren got all this love and attention, and she was just there like a weakened child. You know what I'm saying? And she should have felt some type of way, because that was fucked up, right? That was fucked up. Now I will say, right? Let's get into this, because this is really, really important. She said, so y'all never met, right? Just blatant with the shit. Everybody know you stole this woman's husband. It's been all over the internet. But you feel like you won something. Because in that moment, guess what? You know how like the abused become the abuser? In that moment, guess what? You're Lauren's mom. You're the one that took somebody's man. You're the one that has all the love. You're the one that has all the attention. Y'all, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Google psychological generational curses, and the way that people that are cheated on or the people that were left or outside, they become the same thing, but this time they want to be in the position of power, which is why most people that were cheated on in their last relationship and their new rebound relationship becomes the cheater. if they don't have their shit together and they haven't worked through their trauma, because in a weird way, they need to recreate the scene when they're in the position of power. It's funny the way they recreated the scene. She recreated the exact same scenario, right? But now she's in the position of power. She's the one that made the man risk it all and broke up a goddamn family. And he ain't talking to those 3 boys that he said that he raised and was a father to. Remember how Simon was like, I love these 3 boys. They're a father. Me and Fallon been around together for 5 years and I raised those boys. He got with Porsha and say not one fucking word to not one of those kids, not once. And Porsha was fine with that. Again, generational curses is real. Mamas and daddies, hug your children, kiss them on the street at night. No matter what's going on in the streets, make sure you're there for them, because another cautionary tale, right? Now, here we go, right? Here we go. So she said y'all never met, right? And Drew was like, because again, and this is what shocks people a lot about Porsha, she's so blatant with her bullshit. No shame, delighting in it because she feels powerful, right? And Drew was like, I've only met you in your house. We've never formally met, right? When she said that, both Simon and Porsha cackled like they were the witches of goddamn Eastwick. They said, they cackled as if this was like some, like when you got your man, y'all got your inside jokes and y'all be like, pillow talk, laying in bed, talking shit about people, laughing and joking. They cackled like this has been the funniest thing, like they was the witches of goddamn Eastwick. And I looked and I said, goddamn, my sources ain't never lied. Y'all are not shit. You are delighting in what you did, right? Now, right? So let me take you through the pictorial, right? Then the shady producers, because remember I told you on this show, we got to watch it. You're going to see the real Porsha, not the sugar. And again, I'm not saying that Porsha is good or bad. That's for y'all to decide. But I am saying that this show is going to show a truer version of her real personality. That shit you saw in Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was like the innocent, naive baby girl next door, open eyes, right? The Ashley Darby of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and evil Kenya was always coming and knocking over her Legos and kicking over her sandcastles. And Porsha was like, why you do that? That version of Porsha is going to be gone, right? And it's going to be entertaining for us. But also, quiet as it's kept, that entertainment is not going to be enough to get a second season. But this live, maybe, I don't know. Maybe by me promoting the show and making y'all interested in it, maybe I might be one of the reasons Porsha gets a second season. You see God's work? You see how the universe works, right? So when she said, I only met you in your home, Drew said, we never formally met. I only met you in your home. Because even Drew was thrown off at how casual they were about everything. Like, don't you even feel any type of shame, right? So the producers cut to this 8 months ago, right? They said 8 months ago, like it's SpongeBob. Then they said, ping, Phelan, Simon's not yet ex-wife. And there goes Shamia. Y'all know I love Shamia. I think she is funny. I think she is bright. I feel like she is talented. I think she's gorgeous. And her little girl looks like Shamia's daughter doesn't even look like she's real. She literally looks like a little doll. I like, literally. Her daughter don't even look like it's real. So there's a lot of things about Shamia. I'm like, okay, cool, right? But that shit Shamia and Porsha did to Fallon, befriending her, following her, liking her posts, when the whole fucking time they all knew that Porsha was fucking her man, and they were all trying to help. They were all trying to help pull him in and land that big fish. All of them, y'all. Listen, I love Shamia, but that shit she did, that was dead wrong. But there's Shamia right there laughing and kikiing, right? Laughing and kikiing while she's helping her bestie steal that woman's man. Y'all can say what you want, and I like Shamia. Y'all, anybody that ever invites Porsha over to your house, you's a goddamn fool. And if you, right? Hey, it's a small world. Thank you for joining my members only live. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's a small world. Listen, Porsha, you's a goddamn fool if you ever let Porsha Williams into your house. But if you let Porsha and Shamia, you know what? You might that's just stupid tax. You use the dummy for letting that happen. And if you see Porsha, Shamia, and Lauren, you might as well just contact a divorce attorney or start hiding money because the divorce is coming if they can help it, right? Listen, now the producers cut to Fallon, Simon's not ex-wife. Then it cut to Porsha's, Simon's new fiance, just to let you know that this, because remember how Porsha tried to be like, we weren't really friends. No, we don't know her. Even though everybody in ATL was saying they hung out, they went to clubs together, and how Fallon, if you haven't seen my interviews with Fallon, go ahead into my lives. I did a few lives with Fallon. She called in on the off chance one time after her interview with Up and Adam, and it was so good, right? Fallon even said Porsha was in her closet borrowing clothes that Fallon hadn't even worn yet and never returned. Now, for all y'all in here that's going to be like, what? Fallon's like a size small. And Porsha is this. Okay, first of all, stop acting like Porsha is like an extra, extra large, right? Now, Porsha is not thin, but she damn sure ain't. Like, stop it. Porsha at most in spandex, this for the women, at most in spandex, Porsha is a large. The butt's a large. I don't know about the rest of the body, right? In spandex, right? The clothes that she borrowed was from J Lux Label. If y'all don't know about J Lux Label, it was the original label for the Instagram baddie. They don't make nothing in there that got any natural fibers. Everything is 100% spandex from head to toe. And any woman that's ever fit into leggings know that a pair of leggings size extra small to extra large can fit everybody. Right? All J Lux Label makes is spandex shit. So the fact that Porsha was in Fallon's closet and she borrowed the clothes and she never returned them. Y'all don't believe it? Fallon said this out her own goddamn. How fucking grimy do you gotta be? That you've been fucking, I'm sorry, am I gonna get censored for this? Let me stop cursing. That you've been messing with, sleeping with somebody's man. All up and down the same regions, right? So, Simon's walking through those things, Simon, put it in, make him marry me. Put it in, make him marry me. Put it in, make him marry me. Like he's supposed to be blowing her back out, right? Simon is all up and down doing it. Put it in, make him marry me. Put it in, make him marry me. And that's another thing. When that was happening, because Porsha thought that man was worth. We about to get back to the bomb I'm about to drop, right? But side note, we all know, because at this point, Porsha thought that she was like, when he was like, put it in and make him marry me. Put it in and make him marry me, right? Porsha thought that man was worth $300 million. So that Porsha, right, was sitting there. Probably, listen, shout out to Candy Birds, Legs to the Sky. Probably had Candy Birds' song with Rashida, Legs to the Sky, playing while she was doing all these theatrics, trying to let Simon know that he was Daddy incarnate, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Probably doing everything, swinging off of chandeliers, doing backflips and full splits onto that thing. Porsha was putting on the act of a lifetime to secure that man. And imagine doing all that just to find out the man got scammer money and you were more secure in your shit and he's using you for a fucking come up because he needs your connections to keep his scam going. Imagine. I wonder if she just sits there sometimes and just like, right? And he's like, with his lips, because his lips come like this tentacles, and he goes in for a kiss, and she smells that stale cigar breath mixed with old 1942 Julio coming toward her like, hey babe, give me a kiss, and she's just like, get out of here, right now, right? So I wonder, seriously, imagine that you did all this shit, and you did it for clout. Imagine. But listen, let's get in. Sometimes I look and I'm like, but like my sources told me, Porsha is not a victim. And if you guys know my channel, you'll know 99% of the time, I always blame the man. No matter what happened, I'm like, the boyfriend pushed her to do it. The husband did it. And they'll be like, Tisa, she don't even got a boyfriend or a husband. Well, has anybody talked to her father? What about her brothers? Did she have an uncle? Surely there was a man somewhere, surely, that put her on the wrong track. I always blame the man, right? Y'all, there was no man to blame. Here's the funny thing. Porsha and Simon, in a weird way, I'm actually really interested the way things turn out because they are both equally perfectly horrible and they delight in being perfectly horrible. But here's the thing, they encourage each other to be perfectly horrible. So the parts of the personality that maybe Porsha's personality that Lauren was like, yo, like Porsha, I love you, but you're doing too much. Like, that's not a good look. Don't do that. You know, like the people that love you kind of save you from yourself because the part of your personality that's not a good look, they're just like, yo, calm that shit down. Like, you're wrong for that. Simon's not doing that. And Porsha doesn't do it for Simon. So they're both encouraging each other to be monsters. And they're both very much alike. So it's just interesting to see who's going to win, right? Simon completely bamboozled Porsha. But Porsha thought she was running game on Simon. Y'all. And let's not forget, if you were on my exclusive members only live, you would know Simon was just at the Red Martini not even a month ago on a date with a very beautiful young woman. And they were friendly, but they ain't look like friends, if you know what I'm saying. And this was the Red Martini in Atlanta, Georgia, Buckhead. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Going out, shout out to the Red Martini. Listen, and they looked friendly, but they were not friends. Very friendly, but they were not friends. And the girl is from the West Coast. And little blind item, she is good friends with with one of the women that was on Basketball Wives LA, right? And Porsha went nowhere around. Nowhere around. So I guess even when you're playing shout out to Candy Bird, legs to the sky, it still ain't doing that much to keep, right? It's still not doing that much to keep. Now, let's get into this, right? So then they showed this is Porsha, ching, new fiance. Again, those producers, because Bravo is mad that everything they said, and again, one of the reasons they're mad is because when she was in Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know how everybody said that every season Porsha's mask faded? Like every season, Porsha came out with a new version of Porsha. Why? Because every season, believe it or not, especially after that fight with Kenya, she was on the chopping block, like, or being demoted to a friend, right? She actually didn't get pay raises for a long time. So my sources are telling me. And what's going on is she would always come up with some new storyline. And they're like, all right, cool. So that's going to be your storyline. And then halfway through the season, they would see that it was bullshit or was fake or whatever. And every season they did it. She tried to do the same shit with this, but these producers weren't loyal to her, right? These producers weren't loyal to her. And the only reason they were even loyal in Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they weren't, it's just the fact that my sources tell me that production didn't like Kenya. So because they didn't like Kenya, they kept making Porsha the angel to best Kenya. As a matter of fact, when Kenya, this is another thing from my members only live that's exclusive, I'll let y'all know, I go into old school Housewives tea. When Kenya actually got fired from the Housewives, the production was mad and fired her. The reason why after that production kept dragging her is production didn't decide to bring her back. Kenya went and appealed to the fucking network and was like, listen, I'm sorry for what I did. That was a bad move, but I think I'm a valuable part of the show and can I come back? She tried that production. Production said, hell no. She went up to the network. The network was like, what are y'all doing? Put this girl back on TV. Like, she's part of the show. Put her back on. And they were forced to hire her back after that. And when they hired her back, they made sure they showed her in the worst light they possibly could. Now, I know Kenya was always the villain, but it went from being like playful, haha villain to like literally them making Porsha the angel and Kenya the devil. All because they didn't like Kenya and they were mad that Kenya basically went around their asses and put them back on the show. Now, back to what I was saying, right? So the network's mad, this and that, this new production team isn't loyal. They've already sunk money into this show. They see that this, whatever show Porsha thought she had in mind, they think it's boring, it's not going to work, all this shit, right? They can't believe it. Part of them doing this is not just to make Porsha look bad. That's not the thing. Part of them doing this is the fact they're trying to get their money's worth. So they were like, even if we got to play her and throw her under a bus, at least we can get our money's worth, right? Now, back to when they cut in Shady. They said 8 months ago. Then they said, Porsha, Simon's not ex-wife, sitting next to Judas herself, Shamia Morton. Then they said, Porsha, Simon's new fiance. Ching, looking fake as fuck. Why she knew she was probably messing with this man on top of this table that they were eating from. I'm not joking, right? Then they went to Drew, Porsha's friend, and look at Drew's face, right? Look at Drew's face. Then they went to Simon. Y'all, remember this picture. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. You know the number one thing that they say to look out for someone when you're dating is someone that unnecessarily attacks their ex. Now, some people did date narcissists. Some people did date sociopaths. Some people did date crazy people. But when someone unnecessarily attacks their ex and they're obsessed with talking shit about them, it usually, and not just them, but all their exes did their dirty. All their exes were bad to them. Never like, oh, well, always. Especially for women, it's a red. I don't know how it goes for men. I'm not a man, right? I'm a woman identified as a woman. You cannot date someone like that because I always tell a joke. There's a little saying that somebody's just like, oh, she's crazy. She busted out my windows. She put a brick through my car window. I don't know what's wrong with her. And then, right, 8 months later, you standing there over their car with a brick in your hand about to bust their window, and you pause, and your mind goes, blah, 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 blah. You might be wondering how I got here, and cut to y'all at the table. Yo, she's crazy. She's psycho. 8 months later, you're standing outside his car with a brick over his window because now you understand what that ninja was about. Now you understand why all the exes were crazy, because it wasn't them. It's you. You're the ninja we've been looking for. It's you. I presented, right? Presented for your, right? Presented for your entertainment. Y'all see this? Here's Simon trying to grab a golf club out of Fallon's hands because Fallon is busy defending Simon's honor because someone is clowning her for dating a 6-year-old that looks like he's 80, right? I know plenty men and women, good-looking 6-year-olds. I know a lot of good-looking men and women, 70, 75. Listen, it's not about age. It's about the way he abuses his body, right? And also, he's a horrible person. I think that's what it is, too. Because probably if he was, like, sweet and nice and this and that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all know what I'm saying. Sometimes somebody's energy is where you don't even realize it, but the energy is like what you feed off, the energy, right? And then anyway. But we go in and we got Simon literally fighting with Fallon to drop, right? Fighting with Fallon to drop that golf club. There's Shamia trying to pull Fallon down because Fallon wants to go and take LaToya's head off because LaToya is in Simon's house, her husband's house, talking trash about her husband. Isn't it funny that when Fallon fought LaToya or tried to fight her, that was the reason that she lost her peach? Because they said, you're not the right type of person. We don't like the way you present. We do this and that. Had she just let LaToya sit there and talk to Simon like he wasn't shit because he's not shit, she would still have her job. But she was sitting there defending this man's honor. And he's prying it out of her hands and doing all this stuff and worried about his image. Y'all, does this picture look familiar? Does this picture look familiar? Let me go. Cut to now. What's all the fucking promotion promos for Porsha's Family Values? Does that look like the picture when Porsha had that fucking boom mic trying to beat somebody up and Simon was sitting there holding her and trying to pry the boom mic out of her hands? Y'all, pride goes before the MFing fall. Pride goes before the fall. Look familiar? Ain't that funny the way karma works? You went into that woman's house and stole that woman's husband and did low down dirty things, right? And he did too, y'all, both pieces. And last time you were in that house, so we saw that man was sitting there prying while she made by Fallon and prying that shit out of her hands. And now look at God's glory. Not even a year later, you on TV too with the goddamn boom mic. He trying to pry that shit out of your hands and hold you down to calm down because you fussing over this ninja and what people think of him. Isn't it funny how karma works? Isn't it funny how things come around full circle? And isn't it funny how producers saw that shade? And producers, low key, listen, these producers are funny and they are shading the fuck out of Porsha. Low key, you're going to see when it wraps up that they did this shit on purpose because they wanted you to remember this. Because what is the common denominator? Simon. And have Porsha and this cautionary tale, right? Again, they don't listen. People can tell you to stay out of people's marriages because God wouldn't like that. I'm in morality and blah, blah, blah. No, dummies. Even if you're so selfish, you don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself. Think about yourself. Because the reason you stay out of people's marriages is because half the time the person cheating, half the time the person lying, all the time the person up to no good is the person that all the mess is coming from. And as much as you think that you're better or that you stuck through or that you just did anything, you're going to find yourself in the same goddamn situation. And you know what else? Also, I don't wish bad on anyone, but this is going to be good TV. When they implode, and they will, right? Because if Simon can't get the fame he needs from Porsha, he will try to upgrade, right? He would upgrade anyway, because we saw even with Fallon, they were about to get the peach, and he decided to still jump from Porsha because that's what he does. He's a fucking user and opportunist. Everybody from his first wife who put him through college to his second wife that helped him get that restaurant, he acted like his, to his third wife that helped him get that trucking company. More on that later. I got an expose coming out on that, right? All of those things are you are a user, you are a thing, you are literally. This is the person he is. And this is who she's at. And had she not been sneaking around, and had she just checked the Yelp reviews, shout out to Erica De Niro, had she just checked the Yelp reviews, and she saw everyone, even three past wives standing there, and three past wives sitting there saying, I'd give him 0 stars if I could. And she heard all that shit, but she was too busy trying to get that Crown Royal bag full of rusty pennies out of the bank. You see what Hamburger got? Do you see that? Do you see that? Listen. Fallon, let's talk about Tina said. Tina said narcissists like people to fight over them. My ex-husband had his mistress stalking me, threatening me, harassing me after I left when I found out about her. Tina, first of all, I'm so sorry what you went through. I'm glad you got the courage to leave that situation. Third of all, if you guys watch any of the reviews that I saw, not reviews, any of the interviews I did with Fallon. If you haven't, go to my channel. I did, I think, 2 or 3 interviews with her. She was kind enough to check in, and my shit is juicy. If y'all see the way I am, I got her to say some stuff, right? It wasn't a PC interview. Like, so what's your favorite what's your favorite thing? And what have you learned from this? I asked her if Simon was impotent. Could he have children? Listen, I literally, I kept it respectful, but I got that dirt from y'all. All right. I got that dirt for you. I got that dirt. Listen, Fallon herself out her mouth, right? Fallon herself out her mouth. Pretty tea. I don't talk fast, baby. You got to keep up. Come on. These are thoughts flowing. There's too much creativity. Catch this volcano. Let this lava roll over you. If you guys can't, listen, put that shit on 0.9 speed, right? Do an audible, right? Yo, I want to give a shout out to my recent members only who signed up for the members only live. Who signed up for the Limits Only Live? You guys, I'll find out who, but thank you so much for signing up. Yay! Thank you so much, guys. Where's my members only? I guess I had to sign up. Oh, welcome. It's a Small World 11. Welcome. Oh my God, look at all these members. Thank you. Who's this? Yes, welcome. It's a Small World 11 to the members only live. And then I have a few more members if I can actually get to it. Damn, I haven't checked messages in a minute. This shit is streaming by. Okay, let's do that. Oh, Dr. Kimberly. Welcome to the members only live. Welcome. And Stephanie Staley, welcome to the members only live. Woo! Y'all, I'm telling you, this next one is going to be a doozy. You are not going to want to miss it. It's going to be the best $4.99 y'all ever spent. The link to join is in the bio. So anyway, listen. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Angie Ballways, you was down, but I put laughter in your soul. Thank you so much, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Listen, hold on. Naja Babe said this live is too long, so let me kick her out real quick. Let's see. There you go, babe. You're welcome. Have a good night. All right. Anybody else think this live is too long? Because I can put y'all out too and block you on YouTube while we're at it. Yo, this is good vibes. I'm having fun. Don't mess up my vibe. I'm trying to stay in a good mood, and I will do anything I need to stay in it. All right. Now let's go. B. Thank you, B. Listen. Oh, back to what I was saying. Tina, one, congratulations for surviving this. I'm glad you moved through. But two, Fallon in the interview, go to my channel if you haven't seen it. She actually did say that she believes Simon is a narcissist. So narcissists do like to have people fighting them. Narcissists do love bomb. Narcissists do lie. And when I first heard that he was a narcissist, I felt very, very sorry for Porsha until my Atlanta people came in and said, don't feel sorry for her. Because even though he's a narcissist, she ain't damn sure ain't far from one anyway, allegedly. And she is not the victim in the story because she thought she saw him coming. See, here's the thing. Going back, right? Here's the thing that goes back. Well, we'll get into that in a second. Let me finish the scene, right? And then we'll talk about this, right? So then Drew, after they were sitting there and they showed the thing about this is Simon, this is this, and the producers are showing karma, right? Drew said, listen, she got out of that really quick. Drew is she's an actress. She's so diplomatic with the way she speaks. She might actually grow on us this season because she was real diplomatic, but in a sort of shady way, the way she handled Porsha. She said, listen, I don't know anything. I don't need to know anything. That's not my business. So she was like, my name isn't in it. She said, all I know is that you make her very happy. And that's all I want, for her to be happy, right? And Simon and Porsha looked at each other and said, ah, and cackled like the witches of Eastwick. Y'all, I think it actually turns them on how much we're just like, yo, this isn't the right thing, right? So then she said, right? She said, Simon looked at her and he said, I promise you one day it'll all make sense. One day it'll all make sense, right? And Drew gave Simon this look. And I don't know if you guys are anthropologists of humans and their looks. This is a look of disgust. This is a look of the audacity, the triumph of audacity. This is a look of, I can't fucking believe you. And that's the way she looked at Simon. That's the way she looked at Simon. And the thing is, Porsha thought she saw Simon's coming. Because for those of you guys that don't know, Simon being the playboy around ATL, right? Simon being the playboy around ATL always comes on some like, I'm just a lonely billionaire. And my wife paid my back and she me. And nobody wants me. Meanwhile, your wife at that time, Fallon, is literally at home with all the fucking kids, giving them like homeschooling, and you're the one out buying coke for all these women. Don't listen, this isn't alleged. Go to Tasha K. The girl said, Simon ain't never said anything, but you're the one out in the street messing around with strippers and buying them drugs. Right? But had Porsha just took a second and just assessed the situation, she would have known. She would have known, but she couldn't because she was busy sneaking around and he was showering her money. And the money was the reason that she even had a baby by Dennis, because that's what Dennis said, right? And that's what we saw. So you saw all that stuff. You saw all that stuff, right? You saw all that stuff, and that's actually what happened. That's what happened, right? Listen, here's the thing. I don't hate Simon. I hate the archetype. Let me explain something about, you know what? I'm going to have a live on that. Any common thread. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, the members only live is going to be lit. I got exclusive tea. If y'all think this is some good behind the scenes tea, I got exclusive tea. Now, right? What else can I say? So in any case, right? I'll be ready in 10. In any case, all I have to say is it's not the fact that I hate Simon. I do hate the liar. I do hate the way that he has abused women. I hate the way that I feel that I've heard firsthand that he has abused the women that he has been in mentally. He literally sat there. You guys watch my video. One of the lies, Fallon actually admitted that they were in a club and these 9 girls jumped on her and brutally assaulted her. And Simon stood there by like a coward and didn't even say shit. And then when Fallon was driving home, these are her words, not mine. When Fallon was driving home and she's like, why didn't you do something right? He looked at her and said, I'm not going to let this jeopardize all that I built, my reputation. How do you think he knows now you up there on TV with a girl that slept with a stripper, that's still fighting, that got boom mics and all that stuff? How do you think that? Life is funny. Sometimes the one shit we run away from is the shit that comes back to us. Life is funny. Karma is funny, funny, funny. Listen, Renee, you didn't know Simon talked like Daffy Duck or Donald Duck? Go watch the trailer. He really did talk like this. He talks like this. When he said, I promise you, I got, and they cackle like the witches of Eastwick, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Here's the funny thing. Y'all are projecting. I'm not even getting to that, right? Here's the funny thing, right? Watch this show, and you're gonna see if I lied. Watch this show and see how likable people are. Watch this show and actually listen to my exposés part 1, 2, and 3. The third one is actually really good. That's the one that ATL, Michelle was talking about, Claudia Jordan was talking about, Tasha K actually cited, and Candy Burrs shouted me out. So if you had any, right? If you had any doubt that I don't have sources in ATL, I got sources in ATL. I got sources in ATL. So we know what's happening in the streets. And half the time we know what's happening in their bed too, right? Half the time we do. We do. Listen. That's all I got to say. You guys, let's take a few questions. Do anybody have any questions? What's going on before we go? Does anybody want to anybody have any questions? Anybody want to call in? What's going on? Should we drop the link? What's up, Mystical Pisces? How are things going? Y'all, Porsha's Family Matters is going to be a hot ghetto mess, but we are going to be instantly entertained because, again, I'm the type of person, I'm like, you know what? I'm that person when somebody's lying to me, I'll be like, for real? And then what happened? Wait, and then a helicopter came and lifted you from your bedroom? What? But how'd they get the rope? Oh, they cut a ceiling in the hole with a laser. But then how'd they get the roof off? Oh, the roof got sucked out from the hurricane, from the Marshmallow Man? What? Girl, I know you were scared. I'm the type of person, somebody can sit there and lie to my face, and I'll sit there and be like, but let me hear the story. That's the way you should be looking at Porsha's Family Matters. And that's the way you should be reading The Pursuit of Porsha. I am going to review that book. And I'm going to be reviewing it. Like, comment, subscribe so you can get it. But I'm just going to be like, and then what happened, girl? And then the Marshmallow Man flew you to the moon? Wait, got you the moon diamond? Then said you were Queen of Venus? Girl, I know you lied. Woo, you got yourself a moon Marshmallow Man. That's me. I'm that person. I don't listen. I'll sit there and get into it. Ooh, moon Marshmallow Man's are sexy. Yes, girl. And these are the type of people that Porsha has around her. They will just listen. And these are the type of people that Simon wants to have around, and he uses his money to buy. That's another thing at Porsha's birthday party, where producers, because they had saw my expose, I had heard, and producers were like, well, hold on, right? Woo, what's up, FM Nominal? Thank you. They had literally heard, right? They had literally heard that like the money wasn't adding up. That's another thing why when they were at the party, they walked in and they were like, where is everybody? One of the reasons they did this, right? Thank you so much, FM Phenomenal. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. Hey, Tanisha, thank you for being a new member. Thank you. Anaje, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Listen, thank you so much. But one of the reasons producers were and they were like, yo, shit's not adding up. Because here's the thing, and y'all gotta remember this, Porsha keeps a small circle. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? She is, again, if you're the type of person that's into stealing other people's men, going into their house, kikiing with people, laughing with them, borrowing their goddamn clothes while you know you're sleeping with their man. If you're the type of person that really feels that way and does those things, of course, you're not going to have, right? Of course, you're not going to have people around you because you don't trust people because you know the grimy shit you do. So you're not going to trust people. Okay, so you're not going to trust people. So I understand why she keeps a small circle. Most shady people, that's not true. Sometimes people just keep small circles. But Portia's small because she's shady, right? And she's very jealous of people. She doesn't like anybody to shine but her, right? However, the producers were looking and it's like, but what's your excuse? Because Simon is supposed to be worth 300 to 400 million. If you guys didn't watch my old interviews or at the Members Only Live, Fallon actually said out her mouth that all the shit we read about Simon on the internet, all the shit we read is fake. He literally paid people to put his bios up. Literally paid them. It's all fake, right? And I'm gonna do an expose about that, but it's all fake, right? However, that prisoners were looking and they're like, okay, so we know Porsha keeps a small circle, right? What the fuck is your problem? Why? You're worth 300 million, 400 million, you're worth 40 million. You didn't have anybody to invite to this party? Now, Fallon said he don't have any employees, right? And the whole time they dated and got married, I think they were together for 5 or 7 years, she ain't seen one employee. His office was some little business office that had nothing in there except a desk, a chair, and a printer. That's it. It didn't even have a stationary computer. We saw his laptop. It's a Hewlett Packard ThinkPad from 1983, right? With a ThinkPad pilling and still a huge rollerball. He didn't even have a mouse thing, right? The producers were like, if you are a successful businessman, if you do have this, if you do have that, and you're supposed to own all these clubs, you couldn't figure out a way to fill seats? You didn't have any friends? You didn't have any coworkers? You didn't have any partners? You didn't have anybody you could come to make your fiance's party look like a party? Let's not forget, this isn't like a wedding proposal where you only want your most intimate. Never mind that Jennifer goddamn Williams was there. Porsha and Jennifer aren't even tight like that. Half the people in there, they weren't tight, right? But it's a party. A party you invite even casual friends because it's a party, especially if it's being taped at a huge venue. You see what I'm saying? A huge venue that Bravo paid for, not her hubby. Not her hubby. But listen, here's the thing. You said Porsha was fooled. Porsha was fooled, but she also thought she was fooling him. You know? She also thought that she was fooling him. She also thought she was fooling him. You guys, really quick, let me drop this call-in link. And then let's see what we can do, right? Listen, I won't be watching their sad show or reading their book. I have zero respect for ever since she lied on Candy after everything Candy did to her. She has no morals. Now, here's the thing, Aziza. I'm going to watch the show and do a recap, and the recap's going to be funny because that's what I do. I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do. However, I agree with you. The shit she did to Candy was low down and foul. And I'm not just saying that because Candy shouted me out on her newest video. She actually put me in as a YouTuber to watch. She put me in, of course, with DJ Sky, House of Aaron, and Bingeworthy. I don't even gotta tell y'all who they are. If you don't know who they are, go follow them. But y'all already know they're the greats. Y'all probably in this live like, girl, who are you? But they are the greats, the OG of YouTube. I will be doing a panel for her show. But Aziza, I agree with you. What she did to Candy was low down, and everybody gave her a pass because they were like, oh, Porsha's stupid. But Porsha has shown again and again and again she is not afraid to get down in the mud and do that stuff, right? Listen, she thought she was on a come up. She taking care of an old man now. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, when they implode, y'all remember the way, this is the thought I was funny, right? On the expose, I pointed out, Porsha spent all this money to get a rental in Miami, which was cute. Fly everybody down for Simon's birthday. She even had a private jet, and she even got him a watch that looked like it was like 86 or 90,000, right? Renee! Hey, Renee, you welcome. You're welcome for the holiday laughs. You're welcome, right? And we all watch an Old Lady Gang. I heard that show's actually really good. It's kind of going to be like a Black Vanderpump Rules mixed with like the Old Lady Gang family. I've heard really good things about Old Lady Gang from my sources at Bravo. But I've heard really good things about Old Lady Gang that actually might become a regular series. Honestly, they feel like really, really good about it, right? Now, here's the thing, right? Here is the thing. Imagine, right? You have all this stuff going on. You are Simon, you are Porsha, you have all this shit going on. Imagine with Porsha, she flew Simon down for his birthday. That should have been her second clue. You're bringing his closest friends down, but for Simon's birthday, there was only like maybe 6 people there. The funny thing is, when people are worth that much money, they always have childhood friends, this and that. People stay close to people with money, right? That should have been Porsha's first thing. That is off. She did all this stuff, spending all this money for his birthday because, again, she thought she was securing the bag. So she was like, ooh, let me invest in him. And then he'll invest back in me, right? Because, Simon's whatever. But the funny thing is, if you don't remember, during that time, while he's with the love of his life, Porsha, at a mansion, a rental property in Miami with a private chef and all this stuff, and she just gave him like an $80,000 watch on his wrist. What did he choose to do choosing to do on his birthday? Blown up his wife on Instagram. Y'all remember when he was putting all that hateful shit up about Fallon? This is a lie. This is a lying, cheating woman. I have this. I have that. He literally went off on his birthday dragging his ex. To me, I would have been out. What are you even doing thinking about your ex right now? What are you even doing thinking about your ex right now? Seriously. Y'all, women, men, you just literally splashed out for your current significant other's birthday that's supposed to love you. How are you literally posting shit on Facebook, talking shit about your ex during your birthday fucking weekend? After I did all the shit to you, man, I literally would have been like, literally on my Delta Gold miles, flight back, literally packing my shit up, grabbing PJ, getting our little blow up unicorn pool floaty, and getting my ass on Delta Gold and getting the hell out of there. That's what I would have been doing, right? Now, I say all this to say, hey Tish, thank you so much, right? No, Misty, that's the whole thing. If you watch my expose part 3, he doesn't have it. It's all a lie. It's all a con. Anybody that ever dealt with a scammer or a dope boy know what type of money Simon got. And for those who never dealt with a scammer or a dope boy, if you have, in the comments, please explain to them what's going on, because anybody who's ever seen it knows what's going on, right? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, Mama. Thank you. But I will say this, right? I will say this. The takeaway is not just the fact that it was weird and it was insulting and I would have took it a slap in the face. The takeaway is also, right? The takeaway is also that when things implode with Porsha, y'all remember that old meme that was like, close your eyes. Think of the messiest bitch you know. It's a man, isn't it? That's going to be the meme. Simon is messy. When this shit implodes, Simon, and he's one of those guys that's just like, tell me your hopes, like Rasputin, tell me your hopes, tell me your dreams. Ooh, I'm so emotionally available. And you sitting there telling them the shit that broke your heart in 3rd grade. Well, she took my green crayons and I needed green crayons because we were making apple trees and my apple tree was yellow. You're telling them all the shit from the bitch who sold your crayons in 3rd grade all the way up to like how you and your mom don't get along, all the way up to all this stuff. And he's telling you like it's a vault. But the thing is, this is what Fallon said. He took the shit he told her, and all his wives allegedly are agreeing with this. He takes his shit that he tells you, right? Like most narcissists do. So Fallon said he seems to be a narcissist and acts like it's a vault and then uses it to break you down, uses it to tell you that's why nobody loves you, uses it to tell you that's why something's wrong with you. That's what he does. And he's also messy because he did 1,000,000 lives trying to make Fallon look bad. And he did 1,000,000 vlog posts trying to make Fallon look bad. And this is why he was supposed to be loved up. Imagine what happens if Porsha leaves him. And she will when she's not broke. If he doesn't leave her first, right? Imagine what happens when they fall out. That's just going to be, it's going to implode. That's just going to implode. It's going to implode. Listen, Tina, Fallon 100% said he pays people to post those articles. He pays people for those articles to be written. No cap. There's never been, and you can, if I'm lying, I'm dying, and I'll give you guys proof. I'm going to bring y'all proof. He literally pays people to post those articles like he's worth $40 million. How pathetic. Let me tell y'all something. Fallon is verified on Instagram. Jalen, her boyfriend that has, fiance that has, I think he has at this point, last time I checked, 60,000 followers, which is a lot. It's like 1 billion more times. But when it comes to Instagram, where people have millions of followers, it's not that much. Jalen has 60,000 followers. He's verified. Simon is supposed to have 200,000 followers. He literally, since he's been with Fallon, was trying to get verified on Instagram. But here's the thing, when you're verified on Instagram actually does a little bit of verification on you because a lot of scammers were using Instagram to scam people. So Instagram does a little bit of verification to make sure the businesses you say that what you do actually exist, right? They don't check your credit and shit like that. But they make sure that the businesses that you say exist. They make sure that your name you say is your name. They make sure that the information, there's like a little verification packet. They make sure all the information they ask of you is actually turned out, right? It's actually given because they don't want to be like people back in the day from Instagram was scamming because they would say investor, CEO, all this stuff. And people are like, oh, word, if that's what's going on. And they would believe it, right? They would believe it. And then, right? And then they would get involved in Ponzi schemes, this and that. So that's why they started being very strict with who they actually verified to make sure you are who you say you are, to at least a shadow of a doubt. The thing is, when it comes to Fallon, she is who she says she is, right? And she got the followers enough that they're just like, okay, fine. Jalen too. Everything checked out, and you had a nice little far. I think when you're over 50, I don't know, what is the cutoff? Is it 20 or 50,000? But you need to have a minimum amount of followers, plus a little clout, plus this one to actually be verified. Jalen passed all this. Simon Gabadia, Porsha's man, and this is what I mean about Porsha. She just doesn't put two and two together. He never got verified. And for all y'all in there being like, oh, but being verified doesn't mean anything. That blue check doesn't mean anything. You might be right, but to Simon it did. Fallon on My Things literally said that Simon was so jealous when she got verified, and Simon's been trying to get verified for a minute, but every time he applies, he cannot. One, most of his subscribers are fake, and you can see that from the vlog posts he be writing. Most of his followers are fake, and two, every time Instagram goes to check out what he says he does, where he gets his money from, and who he's associated with, none of it ever checks out. None of it. None of it. So, right? We know that he's jealous. We know that he is fame hungry. Multiple outlets have said that he is hungry for the camera. We know he cares about his image. His exes are saying that he is a narcissist. Instagram won't verify him. And know that blue check doesn't really mean anything, but we're not talking about whether a blue check means anything. We're talking about whether that man wants a blue check. And he 100 per goddamn cent wants a blue check. He's been fighting for it. And he's been doing and hustling everything he can. But Instagram can tell when you got fake followers. Instagram can tell when there's no engagement. Instagram can literally do a check, right? This is Instagram calling to verify that Simcoe Petroleum, Simon's make-believe business, like, is actually like a gainful business. Hello? Like, he sees like, oh, fuck. Instagram. Shh. Y'all, he's in the middle. He's like literally at Burger King and has to step out. Thank you for calling Simcoe Petroleum. And for Instagram is like, hello, can we speak to, we're trying to verify Mr. Simon Gabodia. 1 second, please. I'll transfer. Boop, 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 boop. Hello, Simcoe Petroleum. Hello, we're trying to meet Simon Gabodia. Hold on, boss man's in the meeting, trying to make $1 million, but hold on, I'll see you, get him online. Boop, 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 boop. By this time, Instagram is like, right? Finally, hello, this is Simon Gabodia. Can I help you? Yeah, Mr. Gabodia, we see some discrepancies. What discrepancy? Have you checked the fake profiles I put out? It says right here on News of the Daily Apple that I am worth 300 million. Listen, Simon, right, Simon is a hustler. He's a hustler. And again, I just think that he couldn't believe his luck. I don't believe that he thought that he could believe his luck that Porsha Williams fell for the okie doke and he was able to jump his trophy wife, who was more than he ever deserved, and get somebody. Again, don't ever let anybody, boys and girls, don't even let anybody, right? Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't be shit that you want in life, because Simon is living his childhood dreams. He's on TV. He got some girl swinging off the chandeliers, singing off the chandeliers, and doing flips and splits because she was working. She was putting her back into getting that 300 million. And all he had to do was give her what was allegedly, until the jeweler comes out and tells us who sourced it, and allege one of those magnolites or those fake diamonds, right? And that's another thing. One of those fake diamonds that big, because until I see a jeweler, I don't even believe that's real, because everything else about his life is a lie, right? But even if it was real, all right, okay, so it's real. So you made that one investment, a few private plane flights, and now you're living your dreams. Y'all, don't ever let somebody tell you can't be what you can be in life. Listen, have the audacity, have the triumph of audacity. Literally, you gotta have it. That's how people get shit in life. Now, don't Simon Gabodia people. Let's let it be based a little bit in reality, but y'all see what I'm saying, right? But here's the thing. Nervous says, I actually feel bad for Porsha. She got scammed by a senior citizen, to say the least. That is a new type of scamming. How dense. But y'all, you don't understand. You don't need to feel sorry for Porsha. Porsha was the one scheming on him too. Remember I said sometimes there's things where two horrible people get into a fight and you sit there and you're like, I don't even know who to root for. And guess I'll root for you. That's the way it is with Porsha and Simon. Don't feel bad for Porsha. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she thought she was doing. It just so happened she thought she was securing the bag and robbing the bank by any fucking means necessary. And she ended up with an old Crown Royal bag full of rusty pennies. And again, she's a cautionary tale. If you're going to be a gold digger, if you're going to be a mistress, if you're going to do shit that's grimy, right? Remember Claudia Jordan? She said the thing, and she said it. She said, why does she go for this guy? Because if you're going to do something that grimy, you got to make sure it's secure. It's like Jeff Bezos. You know how Jeff Bezos got with his current girlfriend, Laura Sanchez, I think is her name? Jeff and Mackenzie, his wife, were friends with Lauren and her husband. They were best friends, couple best friends. They vacationed together. They did everything together. Everything. Jeff left Mackenzie for him. Oh, I'm sorry. And Lauren was Jeff's best friend's wife. Jeff left Mackenzie, the girl that built fucking Amazon with them, for his best friend's wife. They've been having an affair under his best friend's nose. Now, granted, that's some Jerry Springer, Maury Povich gutter shit. You were going on couples vacations and literally chopping down your best friend's wife? However, Lauren took that risk because you know why? That bitch lives on the moon now. She got $375 billion to smack people with and tell them to shut up. She literally has the money when she's like, peasant, lower your eyes. Do not look upon thee. Lower your eyes, peasants. Lower your eyes. Jeff, can you buy that city block? Somebody over on that block I was walking, they called me a whore. Can you buy that whole city block and evict everybody? Because I don't know who called me a whore. That's how much money Jeff Bezos has. Lauren, literally, Jeff Bezos had enough people to literally sacrifice their blood and stand up and be like, Lauren, we love you. Yes, girl. Yes, still your best friends, man. That's how much money Jeff Bezos had. Porsha thought she was getting that type of money. Porsha thought she was getting that type of money. You know? She thought that she was getting that type of money. So the fact that she thought she was robbing a bank, but what Claudia said, when you do shit like that, you got to make sure that shit's real secure. You just can't like do shit like that. It needs to be secure. You know what I'm saying? Listen, again, she thought. Listen, she thought. You know, she. All right. Anyway, you guys, I just want to let you know I am having exclusive members live to kick off the Porsha Family's Valleys. I'm kicking more exclusive Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. And if you guys don't think my sources are legit, go watch my old exclusive member lives. It's only $4.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. These are key keys. You guys can even call in. It's going to be really fun. It's only $4.99. We're going to have one to kick off, and I'm going to spill some more exclusive tea. Candy shouted me out as a YouTuber to watch. Tasha K, that you got to watch the Simon thing part 3. Watch my old videos with Fallon. There's a lot of information. But if you guys like to drag, to roast, to have fun, y'all, this is a judgment-free zone. Come in here. We're not going to get hateful. We're not going to be evil. We're going to be the messiest little rays of sunshine y'all ever did see. All right, everyone, thank you for joining. I'll talk to y'all later, and I will see you for my recaps and I'm reviewing The Pursuit of Porsha. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is YouTube. Y'all know how it goes. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.